Who would drink tea with milk or fucking degenerates?
Yeah, they're pieces of shit.
Who does that?
Cunts, that's who.
Completely ruins the tea.
Alright. Looks like we are live. How is it going, everybody? Check your Discord DMs. Let me see. Okay, so Aaron, never, ever buy an Alienware PC. These things are complete and utter pieces of trash. You're gonna buy this now, and there's a markup on cost for parts. So compared to if you built a PC yourself, you're paying more money. You're not getting a deal. Secondly, the cases are fucking terrible. They look pretty on the outside, but they have horrible airflow. And you're also not going to be able to upgrade it because they're made by Dell, and Dell uses a bunch of proprietary parts. So this is a piece of garbage. Do not buy it. If you want a PC, just build one yourself. Or go to a different... like, order it online from an actual place that normally builds PCs. But I would recommend just building a PC yourself. I could help you. If you have a certain budget, I could help you figure out what parts you would need. But yeah, never, ever buy an Alienware PC. Total shitty shit poop. Cock, dick.
I keep getting cold plunge adverts. Is there any legit science here? I feel like a lot of it is imaginary.
Cold plunge. I don't know why it had a Guelph. Oh, I see. Ice baths are bullshit. Yeah, no, there's no science supporting ice baths. They don't do anything. All they do is prevent you from actually healing and recovering from injuries. There's nothing about being cold that actually accelerates the healing process. In fact, it prevents the healing process. Really wish I could just put my fucking microphone, like, I don't know why all of a sudden it... That is super annoying. Is there like a fucking setting here? There's like nothing to tighten this. That's really weird. Okay, whatever. But thanks for the nation, thee than thou. Yeah, don't take ice baths. They're just bullshit nonsense. Darth Putin donated $2. Let me take a look. Trump says electric motors and boats won't work because if it sinks, everyone will get electrocuted. Don't think he understands how electric motors work.
So what happens if the boat has an accident and starts sinking? Do you get electrocuted if the boat sinks? The guy said, you know, I've never thought of that, actually, but I think I gave him an idea, actually. Now, can you imagine the boat goes down and you're sitting on top of a battery? I don't feel good about that, right? In other words, you have to say, what happens if the boat has an accident and starts sinking? Do you get electrocuted?
I fucking hate conservatives, so good day much react to this.
I shall. Thanks for the nation, Dodo, and thanks for the donation, Darth Putin.
And we are taking a stand here. We're operating in good faith. We're negotiating together for the best outcome for the people, and we do not desire a shutdown. I yield back. Yield back to the gentleman.
A previous speaker just said that no Republican member wants a shutdown. I have the quotes right here, which I will submit for the record when I'm done.
After Republican Congressman Mike Johnson claimed that the GOP basically got the receipts. Now he's about to share those receipts with all of us. Let's take a look.
One House Republican said, let's shut it down. Another Republican colleague saying we shouldn't fear a government shutdown. Most Americans won't even miss it. And the leader of the Republican Party, the former president, saying, quote, unless you get everything, shut it down. Make no mistake about it. We are here because certain members on the other side of the aisle want a shutdown. They even said they want a shutdown. And why should we be surprised about it?
Nigga, will you shut the fuck up, please? You be saying so much retarded ass shit. As your marketing director, I think it's best we get you a press secretary or someone else to do the streams and have you manage from afar. Then your declining subs will end.
Thanks for the offer. I guess we'll do that then. Thanks for the donation, I'm Niagara. This is pretty hot. Yeah, if only they made a hentai of this. Dodo $2, you just missed the Republican primary debate. It was a clown show, but at least some of them called out DeSantis and Vivek on their opposition to Ukraine support. Also, you know what's funny? The stream with the most viewers was a Democrat, Brian Tyler Cohen. That is actually funny. I think that says something about how politically involved conservatives are generally. But yeah, Vivek and DeSantis are fucking tards, dude. But appreciate the donation, man. Yeah, that'd be hot seeing a bunch of big girls take on some little girl like there. Somebody should make this like into a, you know, actual movie.
About that. Ever since I was in high school 30 years ago, we've had 5 government shutdowns. All 5 took place under House Republican leadership. When Democrats were in charge of the House, 0 government shutdowns during that same time period.
Yeah, Republicans don't care about Americans. They don't care about anything but themselves. So yeah, obviously they're gonna fucking do shit like that.
This is an Ariel Atom 4. For your money, you're getting one of the most raw and exciting driving experiences you can buy. If you want
That car just looks so sick, man. I gotta get this eventually.
an Ariel for the road or for the racetrack, this is the one you buy. Or is it?
Because for road and track use, Ariel now offers an alternative to the Atom 4. Until now, the Nomad has been Ariel's off-roader, the one for tearing around fields and rally stages. But this is the new Nomad R, and it's a bit different.
You can tell by the tyres, which are much more.
Conservatives are fucking liars. Our planet is doomed unless they are kicked out of office.
Yep. We've definitely got to push out that entire political class, for sure. They're not particularly useful. But thanks for the donation, Dodo. Appreciate it.
Road biased, no enormous knobbly tyres here. That's because the Nomad R is not a Nomad for gravel and mud and grass, but for asphalt. In fact, Ariel says this car is like a tarmac rally car.
The suspension is more road biased too. This car has the optional Öhlins dampers. At less than 700 kilograms, the Nomad R is heavier than an Atom 4, but it's still a flyweight by overall standards. Just 5 Nomad Rs will be built. They cost £77,400 a piece, around 44 grand more than a basic Nomad, and twice the price of a base Atom 4.
Ariels don't so much have interiors as the place where you sit. It's about as Spartan as road legal cars get, this thing. Although it is a Nomad, so there's a proper windscreen. We also have these.
Johnny $2, who do you most want to fight? Rayleigh Link. Why don't you get a punching bag and begin training now that you're leaner? I can't. I live in an apartment, so I can't get a punching bag. It'd be way too loud. I'd literally shake the whole fucking building. And I'm on the top floor too, which kind of makes it a bit worse.
Did any VR game ever get your heart rate up? I was thinking using VR for cardio might be a fun. Was also thinking of getting a DDR dance mat. DDR like super fun form of cardio, but they don't have any metal songs. What is your favorite Gojira song?
Probably Vacuity. Vacuity is probably my favorite Gojira song. There's one more that I really like. Let me go to my thing here. Of Blood and Salt is also pretty good. Yeah, so I'd say Vacuity and Blood and Salt. There definitely are VR games that are made for fitness that will get your heart rate up. I think VR just in general, as long as you're standing at least, is pretty good at calorie burning. If you're just interested in something like weight loss, and you're not necessarily interested in like aerobic conditioning, especially higher threshold, then just doing VR standing, plain and simple, is probably going to burn a decent amount of calories. But yeah, there's like boxing games and shit in VR that will actually get your heart rate up. And depending on how physically fit you are, something like Beat Saber can also do that. But thanks for the donation, yo. Appreciate it. So yeah, Johnny, I am planning on doing martial arts soon. My elbow's getting better, so I'll probably start with like jiu-jitsu first. Also, could you take any of the following in boxing? Deji, yes. KSI, yes. Logan or Jake Paul, yes. I think I could take them on. Thanks for the donation, though, Johnny. I am like a lot bigger than all of them too.
Here is something much more light-hearted to clam us down.
Yes, that is very calming. Thanks for sharing that with us, Dodo.
Perspex panels down here, so you at least get protected from the worst of the weather and from most of the wind as well. The seating position in here is really lovely. Actually, I would have this seat moved back.
Let's see. Atom 2, 46,000. I think this is USD. Some of these used ones go for a reasonable amount. Like, bro, I'd be fine with an Atom 2, as long as it's an Atom. And they have, like, nice, reliable Honda engines as well, so...
Hi VG, hope you are doing good tonight. Here's a chungus also, check out this vid where 11 years old black girl was called the N-word.
Let me take a look. Wow. That is a nice palace cat. And... 11-year-old girl called a N-word and brutally beaten with liquor bottle by racist neighbors. Jesus. 2 women battered Trinity outside her building, striking her face with a bottle, kicking and punching her while she was on the ground. They're being threatened for reporting the attack. That's pretty common. Someone pulled a firearm on them. They were ignored by police and had to call 911 multiple times for them to get an officer to the scene. Yeah, that's good old-fashioned racism.
Vegan Gain's head couldn't get any bigger. Dude sits in his apartment and doesn't train and thinks he could take Jake Paul in a fight. Is this nigga serious? I can't tell lol. Or he can drive a gold ball further than Tiger 2.
I'm pretty sure you're retarded, but thanks for the donation, you funny. Carbon fiber engine cover. I don't know what the fuck this mod is. Methanol injection system. Oh. He modded it to run on methanol. That's fucking retarded. Okay, it's plated. Why the fuck would he mod it to run on methanol? That is bizarre. I think that's a really retarded mod, but okay. Some people, like, do the stupidest shit to their cars. Yeah, methanol is super dangerous. If it burns, it's invisible, so you could be on fire and nobody will be able to tell. Ooh, I like the color of this one. Yeah, when I win the lottery and then I get my atom, I think I'm gonna get a green one to match my Ural. That'd be cool. $2. Damn, this world is just getting worse every day. When is it going to end? I don't know, man. Maybe if more people go vegan, I think things will become more sensible. Yeah, so it looks like most of the Atom 2s are, like in the $40,000 range. 8K mile 06 track car. So yeah, some of these people modded it for the track. Dude. I could possibly, in theory, get these on like a payment plan. I'll wait to. I think I'll wait to win the lottery though. I feel like I'm gonna win the lottery soon. Feeling pretty lucky lately. You know what I'm saying? Got some good fucking numbers. Jake is 200 pounds. Well, I'm 6'3", 243 pounds as of right now. And to get as lean as Jake, I'll probably be like 220, so I'll have like 20 pounds on him. Adam donated $2. How many IQ points does this guy have? Let me see.
Washing your fruit, and you should always wash your fruit, even if it's organic. Just dump.
I just love how Trump's trying to parade around as pro-worker when his actions during his presidency clearly proved that he was anti-worker. LMFAO, what a fucking joke.
I'll take a look at that in a second. Thanks for the donation, Ben.
Put in a little bit of water, put a little bit of apple cider vinegar, a little bit of baking soda. Just massage the fruit in there, leave it in there for about a minute. If there are pesticides, herbicides, insecticides on there, it'll actually pull them right out of the fruit.
That's not how that works.
And it'll wash all the dirt, the little mites, and anything that's on the fruit.
Yeah, that'll make it taste like shit.
For a little trick to actually.
So that's 2 IQ point. Advice. Let me take a look at this.
Jobs back. We would have jobs all over the place. I will bring back jobs.
Donald Trump has lost 1,800 factories, and that's pre-pandemic.
26 million Americans have lost their jobs.
A Trump administration will stop the jobs from leaving America. We will bring back jobs and factories from China.
185,000 American jobs have been shipped overseas under his watch.
Ivanka Trump exclusively outsources the manufacturing of her clothing and accessory lines to overseas factories.
We are going to put the miners and the factory workers back to work. We're putting our great coal miners back to work.
We've lost more coal jobs under Donald Trump than ever before.
We're talking about 740,000 manufacturing jobs lost under his leadership.
Trump decided he was going to protect the steel industry, the coal miners, the auto, and it just never appeared.
A new study.
Well, here's the thing. Trump's a moron, and he is completely ineffectual as a leader, and even if he has some noble ideas, he can't actually do them. So, yeah. That's what you get when you vote for Trump. But thanks for the donation, Bend Over.
Just a comment 4830, I think Tate is bigger in person. Also moves well for someone his height. Mike looks like how Bradley would look fighting. The separation between a trained and non-trained is huge.
4830.
Beat me up, for real. For real, beat me up. Ready? Steady? All right, go. Hit me, hit me. Good, good. Roll, head forward. Good. Beat me in the face. I deserve it. No one likes me on YouTube. Beat me up. Almost. Good. Good, good, good. 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 Hands up, hands up, hands up. Good.
Yeah, like, he's a bit slow, and I think he doesn't actually want to hit Tate either, so.
Good.
But.
Right, good. Good.
Like, Tate is not a small guy. I think he's like around 6 foot. And yeah, he's pretty big. Like, he was fighting in heavyweight, right? For kickboxing?
Come on.
Either that or light heavy.
Hit me. Good. Minute left. Good. Good, good, good.
He's really heavy on his feet too. Like he obviously can't close the distance.
Last 30 seconds. Good, good, good. Hands up, hands up, hands up. Good. Good, come on. Good, that's it. 20 seconds, that's it. Good. 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 Almost. Hands up, hands up. Oh.
Yeah, the difference between somebody who's trained and untrained is pretty fucking massive. Thanks for the donation though, Gohan. Yeah, he's at least 6 feet. I'm pretty sure... What's his name there is 6 feet tall. Let's see. Dodo $22, can you play horror games tonight? But don't start too late. I cannot make any guarantees. I was planning on playing RE4, which is a horror game. But I can't make any guarantees. And this is the part of Ukraine. Watch 5 minutes from the timestamp. It's good. All right, let me take a look at these links. Ugh. Fox News tried to do a bunch of scary man on the street interviews about crime. It didn't go well.
Jesse sent Johnny to the progressive hellscape where residents mocked the idea that the city is spiraling out of control.
I've never seen any crime in Seattle. I've never seen any of it. I've seen fun and laughter and fun.
I don't believe that number.
People, they're, getting robbed out here, carjacked.
I've never heard of anyone getting robbed.
Crime is a social issue that could be solved by giving people their basic needs.
It's not a thing that happens just on the street. People don't just come up and try to rob people on the street. Do you walk around every day like someone's gonna rob me every second?
Seattle decriminalized drug use, and then they criminalized it again.
Oh my God, who are you getting these facts from? You're from New York. Apparently you're listening to the wrong people.
I saw a lot of people shooting up on my way down here.
Oh, did you? Okay. And they were bothering you?
I was in a car, but, people...
Oh no, you're in a car. Oh no, they were hurting you so bad. Oh no.
Jesse sent...
Dude, that is hilarious. That didn't go according to plan, clearly.
Just last month, Vice President Pence, you said if elected, you would repeal all Obamacare mandates. However, you also made that same promise in 2016. And at that time, Trump-Pence had congressional majorities for at least the first 2 years.
Yeah, and then Trump backed out of it and said he's just going to leave Obamacare the way it is.
And you did not deliver on that promise. So Obamacare, right now, it is more popular than ever. Why should Americans trust you?
Dude, Obamacare was so fucking massively important for preventing healthcare inflation. without Obamacare, healthcare would almost be double the expense it is now. So, it is fucking retarded, insane, wacko, crazy shit to want to try to repeal Obamacare. The only reason healthcare, like, didn't just keep inflating linearly like it was because of Obamacare.
If you become president to fix that, or is Obamacare here to stay?
Well, first let me speak to the mass shootings issue, and then I'll answer that question.
Oh my God.
It's an important one, Dana. Look, I'm someone that believes that justice delayed is justice denied. And as a father of three, as the grandfather of three beautiful little girls, I am sick and tired of these mass shootings happening in the United States of America. And if I'm president of the United States, I'm going to go to the Congress of the United States, and we're going to pass a federal expedited death penalty for anyone involved in a mass shooting so that they will meet their fate in months, not years. It is unconscionable that the Parkland shooter, Ron, is actually going to spend the rest of his life behind bars in Florida. That's not justice. We have to mete out justice and send a message to these would-be killers that you are not going to live out
That is in no way going to be a deterrent for these shootings.
your days behind bars. You're going to meet justice in this system.
But does that mean Obamacare is here to stay?
Well, thank you for reiterating the question, because I'd love to answer it. Look, I think it's one of the choices here. You know, my former running mate, Donald Trump, actually has a plan to start to consolidate more power in Washington, D.C., consolidate more power in the executive branch. If I'm president of the United States, it's my intention to make the federal government smaller by returning to the states those resources and programs that are rightfully theirs under the 10th Amendment of the Constitution.
That is literally not a fucking answer to the question. Jesus Christ.
That means all Obamacare funding, all housing funding, all HHS funding, all of it goes back to the states. We'll shut down the Federal Department of Education. We'll allow states to innovate.
That is insanely stupid. Mike Pence is a fucking wacko.
We're going to revive federalism in America and...
Dude, Pence is an absolute fucking whack job. That is one of the most crazy, dangerous ideas I've fucking heard in my life.
Governor DeSantis, I'm going straight on this stage. Sir, we will have to cut your mic, and I don't want to do that. I don't. So, Governor DeSantis, let me go to you. Experts say President Putin has ordered assassinations across Europe.
Jake Paul been training for years with the best coaches and has knocked out pro fighters, and your lazy ass does nothing. Talk about a narcissist. Or you're smarter than Elon Musk too.
Well, I am. That's something that's a provable fact. Jake Paul hasn't knocked out pro fighters. He's knocked out retired has-beens. So, yeah, him beating like Anderson Silva, who's like, what, 48 or something crazy like that, who's retired, is a lot different than him fighting like me. And yeah, he has that advantage of training longer with good coaches, but I think natural athletic talent and, just being awesome kind of covers that gap a little bit. But I think if I trained, I could take him on. Thanks for the nation, Vegan Gains Narcissist. Brown Lettuce donated $2. Think Joey has reached the deep end. I'll react to those in just a bit. Thanks for the donation, man.
Cheated on arms control treaties with the U.S. and seeks to work with China to force our decline. President Reagan believed that if you want to prevent a war, you better be prepared to fight one. Today, the Republican Party is at odds over aid to Ukraine. The price tag so far is $76 billion. But is it in our best interest to degrade Russia's military for less than 5% of what we pay annually on defense, especially when there are no U.S. soldiers in the fight?
It's in our interest to end this war, and that's what I will do as president. We are not going to have a blank check. We will not have U.S. troops, and we're going to make the Europeans do what they need to do. But they've sent money to pay bureaucrats' pensions and salaries and funding small businesses halfway around the world. Meanwhile, our own country is being invaded. We don't even have control of our own territory. We have got to defend the American people before we even worry about all these other things. And I watch these guys in Washington, D.C., and they don't care about the American people. They don't care about the fentanyl deaths. They don't care about the communities being overrun.
This is in no way a response to anything. Like, holy fuck. The fentanyl thing is such a fucking meme too, by the way. Like, in all likelihood, and this happened with, like, the crack epidemic, it's just gonna sort itself out. Like, people are gonna move on to a new, better drug.
Because of this border. They don't care about the Mexican drug cartels. So as Commander-in-Chief, I will defend this country's sovereignty.
But it's not a territorial
What was the question?
It's never been a territorial dispute.
And 90%.
Dude, this is an absolute shit show. Like, they get asked a fucking question about Ukraine, and then he mentions fucking drug cartels and fentanyl. 80% of the fucking fentanyl produced originates from the United States. Why the fuck do you care about Mexican drug cartels?
Of the resources that we send over to Ukraine is guaranteed as a loan. It is not 90% of the money that we send over there is loan. Well, we can talk about this, but at the end of the day, 90% of the money that we send over there is actually in the form of a loan. It's not actually not be paid by Ukraine, it's paid by the NATO, our NATO allies.
So I think it's a good topic.
I think it's a really good topic too. But I will say, let's debate the fact that our national vital interest is in degrading the Russian military. By degrading the Russian military, we actually keep our homeland safer, we keep our troops at home, and we all understand Article 5 of NATO.
We have to level with the
This has to be the only smart person on stage.
American people.
I thought you said something about waiting until your turn to talk. So at the end of the day, I'm going to finish my. I'll be happy to debate with this.
I'll respond.
I'll look forward to this one right now. So at the end of the day, when you think about the fact that if you want to keep American troops at home, the attack on NATO territory would bring us and our troops in. By degrading the Russian military, we reduce, if not eliminate, an attack on NATO territory.
Finish that exchange.
Ha 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 ha, this nigger thinks he's smarter than Elon Musk while he sits in his stinky apartment with no money and a wife that looks like a big fat dude that he settled down with cause no other girl.
We have to level with the American people. We have to level with the American people on this issue. The reality is just because Putin is Putin's an evil dictator does not mean that Ukraine is good. This is a country that has banned 11 opposition parties.
A win
that has
for
actually,
Russia is a
that
win
is not
for
true.
China.
We're driving
a win
Russia.
For Russia
excuse
is a
me.
win for China.
Excuse me. If you have
but
a chance,
I forgot you like China. That's why
you'll have your chance in just a moment.
Haley's hitting him hard again.
Isn't helping. China is the real enemy, and we're driving Russia further into China's arms. We need a reason.
No, they're not. What are you talking about? They literally could not get any help from China. China refused to sell them any munitions, and they had to fucking go to North Korea. What the fuck is he talking about? We're driving Russia into China's arms. China doesn't like Russia. Clearly, if they have to go to fucking North Korea for help.
Reasonable peace plan to end this, especially if this is a country whose president just last week was hailing a Nazi in his own ranks.
Ukraine, that's a green light to China to take Taiwan.
We need a
peace comes through strength.
Yeah, even fucking retarded Pence knows that.
Governor Christie. Governor Christie. The Communist Party of China is the real enemy.
Governor Christie.
Oh yeah, Vivek has no chance.
President Biden's first 2 years have brought China, Russia, and Iran closer together. Are we focused too much on Ukraine and not enough on this threat from the New World Order?
No, they're all connected, Stuart. They're all connected. The Chinese are paying for the Russian war in Ukraine. The Iranians are supplying more
Well, they're not. I don't know how the hell he can claim that.
Sophisticated weapons, and so are the North Koreans now as well, with the encouragement of the Chinese. The naivete on this stage from some of these folks is extraordinary. Look, I understand people want to go and talk to Putin. Guess what? So did George W. Bush. So did Barack Obama. So did Donald Trump. And so did Joe Biden when he said a small invasion wouldn't be so bad. Every one of them has been wrong. And the fact of the matter is, we need to say right now that the Chinese-Russian alliance is something we have to fight against, and we are not going to solve it by going over and cuddling up to Vladimir Putin. Look, Donald Trump said Vladimir Putin was brilliant and a great leader.
True.
This is the person who is murdering people in his own country, and now not having enough blood, he's...
Well, at least most of the Republican nominees are in support of Ukraine. Vivek and DeSantis are anomalies here. Okay, brown lettuce. Think Joey's reached the deep end.
What's up, everybody? I am making this video to present a massive opportunity for us all to make money so we can live in the best places on earth, get the best quality food. You know, money won't even matter anymore. This is the goal ultimately. And also to start businesses where, you know, we have hundreds of acres of cows roaming grass, right? And then we can sell the raw dairy, we can make primal ice cream companies, we can do all this cool stuff, but money is a bottleneck. At least it is for me, and I'm sure it is for a lot of you. I wouldn't have made this video, you know, 12 months ago or 9 months ago when my audience was 75% 60 plus, but now my audience is 75% below 30. You know, so it's a lot of 20, you know, 25-year-olds, and I'm pretty happy about that because I want us all to ascend in health and financial status together, and that's what I'm going to be offering here. So I found myself in this position, you know, trying to make money because I had all these plans that I couldn't execute without a good financial foundation. And so basically what I'm going to offer you guys all is an opportunity to join my sales agency for life insurance. You may be thinking, you know, life insurance, $50K a year, old guys knocking on doors. No, it's nothing like that. It's telesales, average sales $1,000. You keep roughly 100% of that, and you can do 2-3 sales a day. Could make.
What? What is he talking about? There's he's saying there's almost 100% commission?
Like $500,000 to $1 million a year, and eventually start your own team, and that's where the money really starts coming in. You basically start your own business as soon as you begin. Very little barrier to entry. You just got to get your license.
How in the fuck do you make 100% commission and have an insurance company?
Insurance is great because it's recession proof, right? You don't have to take any inventory. It's just a super solid option for making a ton of money really, really fast. And yeah, I saw people in my comments.
So why aren't you a fucking millionaire, dumbass? What the fuck?
Saying, you know, it was some scam or whatever, because I mentioned it several times. That's fine. It's not for them. This is for the young people who are motivated, who want to just win in life, right? Like, because as soon as we start taking over this industry, then we can go pivot to other industries that are actually really, really fun. Like, we could start cool, like, food companies and stuff, and we could do really, really fun stuff, but we just need money first. And then I'm gonna incorporate you all into the cool stuff.
Right, so if you can make $500,000 to $1 million a year, why aren't you already a millionaire? Like, you're just full of shit.
But we gotta go through the weeds a little bit with this, which is a little bit less, I would say, fun, but I would argue that it is incredibly lucrative, and it can be very fulfilling, because at the end of the day, you are providing people with something that they need. A lot of these old people are on Social Security. They're very, very low income, and we're just giving them a policy to cover their final expenses, so their burial or cremation, which they need because these people are not responsible, and they're just going to spend all their money, and, you know, if they don't get this policy, ultimately force their family members to go out with those signs, you know, for the burial, maybe doing GoFundMe's and stuff.
They should outright ban burials. Everybody should just be cremated.
Stuff like that. So if you're interested in doing this, I have a webinar. The link is in the bio, or in the description, actually. And I'll just go over everything. I'll explain the opportunity, what you need to do to get started, and then we can all get stupid rich together. And I don't know, guys, like, start a community in many places. We don't even have to pick one place. We could start one in Costa Rica, El Salvador. We could do, you know, the scripts are not very, maybe something like that.
He's just full of shit. I I don't know what the fuck he's thinking, but that's just total bullshit.
So I hate supplements. They all suck pretty much. Like all the pills and the synthetic powders and all that shit. It's straight garbage. The first one is Royal Jelly. Where's the little label on here? Royal Jelly.
So basically mashed up bees.
This particular company I believe is SheLegit.co. Also boosts testosterone and increases hormones. That's what you need to grow. You need insulin to grow. So I do this. I also...
So does Joey look like somebody who has high testosterone and is like muscle bound and growing? No, not exactly. Yeah, quite impressive gains, Joey, on the carnivore diet. So this is somebody on the carnivore diet who is supposedly eating optimally for fucking muscle. And here's a vegan Chad. So, yeah, you can, you know, stay small, be carnivore, or, you know, go vegan, get jacked.
Do SheLegit. This...
I don't even know what the fuck that is. Who even cares?
And then this is not something that I eat. I'm not eating shungite rocks, but I drink water that is being structured by the shungite. So this is just a mix of water from reverse osmosis water in my house, because LA water sucks.
He eats water with rocks in it. Okay. Nice profile shot there, dude.
Ridiculous if you want, but before you do so, so you have the new skin coming in, but this is why I'm wearing the same shirt. Lifting weights, this I find much better.
Can't say I am terribly impressed. But yeah, Joey's a fucking moron. I do not find him the least bit interesting, and the guy is one of the most, like, fucking clout horse people I've ever seen. Johnny donated $2. Jake Paul fought a real boxer, got his ass handed to him. Well, yeah.
Finally, they collide. We are underway. Ray Flores, Showtime, Sean Paul.
Yeah, I know.
My apologies. I think we just got the game plan from J. Leon Love, the coach of
his father, John Fury, his younger brother.
Well, yeah, Jake Paul doesn't have great footwork, and he just has heavy hands.
Jake Paul. Time being called by referee in charge, Hector Afu.
Well, the ref's going to warn them about.
He's just being bigger, taller than and stronger than his opponents, but his, like, basics just aren't very good.
Both men have predicted knockout wins under 4 rounds. There's an overhand right. That overhand right has put away the likes of Tyron Woodley, also put Anderson Silva on the canvas in Jake Paul's recent. The corner of Tommy.
Can't afford to do is keep that jab hand down after releasing it, because we know good punch right there. We know that an overhand, it's not the big bang that they said it would be. Guy out. These guys, man, this is action packed. It's back and forth. It's everything that we wanted it to be. It's not the big bang that they said it would be.
Hold his own against a boxer of his level. He has answered that with resounding fashion.
Punch. We see the way the foot comes from underneath him right there. We do see the foot slip. Nonetheless,
yeah, it was just a slip.
Fury there.
Mike Ross.
Yeah, I saw a bit of that fight. I think it, like, again, if I trained for about a year, I could take on Jake Paul.
Saga, sit back in your corner and watch me. Ready, Richard? Fuck it. Gluck 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 gluck. Like that, Sagus.
Well, thank you for that, Christy. Appreciate the donation. All right. Back to checking out Ariel Adams, I suppose. 250 miles. Dude, nobody drives these. What? Nobody fucking drives these cars. How do you only have 250 miles on this? I don't think this person bothered getting it plated. Maybe they just got it for a track toy and that's it, but yeah, it does have race tires on, like racing slicks. But holy shit, that's literally fucking nothing. 35,000. 42. This one's plated. Only 19k miles. Holy shit. Bro, I might actually be able to afford a used one. And it wouldn't be a bad deal. It's like a nice Honda engine and nobody fucking drives these anywhere. Even like an 06 or an 07. Like they have no miles. 8k track car. It's plated too. Only 8k. Holy shit. Yeah, bro, I might end up getting a used one for like a more reasonable price. It's not the latest model, but I don't really fucking care. Oh, that's nutty.
Probably one notch just to get really comfortable, but you feel so connected to the car. Beautiful motorsport style suede trimmed steering wheel here, but I want to talk about this paddle to the right. That's for the sequential gearbox, 6-speed gearbox. Pull it towards you to change up and push it away to change down. When you're on the move, you just don't use the clutch pedal. You only use that to get going and to stop the car from stalling when you're coming to a halt again. That's lovely. It means
my first car was a 1985 Toyota MR2. 2-seater, no backseat. Engine in the back. It felt like a go-kart. Fun first car.
Yeah, MR2s are kind of forgotten and underrated. They're nice. It's kind of like a better Miata. But they were convertibles, right? Or am I insane? I think, did they? Or am I crazy? Oh, I think they had an MR2 Spider. Yeah, okay. Yeah, but they were basically like better Miatas. Yeah, they're really cool cars. Thanks for the donation, Saxby. Dodo donate $2. What % of your net worth is in savings? How much of that is stocks? What interest do you get in your bank? Why the fuck would I tell any of that to you? When do you think you'll be able to retire if you wanted to stop streaming? Which I know you said you won't stop, but still. I don't fucking know. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
you can left foot brake if you want to, and we'll talk about that once we get moving. Aerial Nomad R. This windscreen means you don't really have to wear a helmet in a Nomad. You can get away with that one. However, it's only 2 degrees outside today. 2 degrees Celsius. It's almost freezing. I think without this helmet, I'd be hypothermic within 20 minutes.
How come you never debate or engage with Marxism? Probably because you know you're wrong and can't justify capitalism. You're just like carnitards dodging name the trait.
Marxism is fucking retarded. I debated perspective philosophy on it, and yeah, it's dumb as shit. So I haven't dodged debates. Nobody's really offered a debate on that topic, and I have debated someone, perspective philosophy. But yeah, Marxism is just stupid. Absolutely retarded. Very simple things like labor and wages are like incomprehensibly complex and impossible to sort out. Thanks for the donation though, Son Piker. Appreciate it. Yo donated $3. Let me take a look.
There are a lot of people who are voting in this country who should not have that right. They don't deserve it. The right to vote, it is not a God-given right guaranteed to everybody regardless of anything. It's not
Yes, it is. Like, have you not read the Constitution?
fundamental to your human nature that you automatically are entitled to have a say over the political system in your country.
Instead of a
Dude, Matt Walsh is a fucking fascist.
boundless, never-ending buffet of options, a young person in a culture that practices arranged marriages will be assigned just one, and they don't even make the choice. Their families just pair them up and say, here you go. There's far less freedom and far less autonomy in a system of that sort, but it is without a doubt superior to our system.
This guy put theocratic fascist in his Twitter bio as a joke. As a joke. Okay, dude, keep coping, I guess. Fuck.
I like this guy. He's funny. But, yeah, holy shit. Matt Walsh is an actual fucking fascist. What a crazy person. Like, it's also funny how he says he's against groomers, but then he's, like, talking about arranging marriages for children. Fucking crazy son of a bitch.
So, I'm wearing a helmet. Of course, what those properly, bitterly cold temperatures also mean is that the roads are cold, they're a bit greasy. The tyres, they're rock hard, they're not getting up to temperature at all. It's properly slippery out here.
Properly?
I'm really just tiptoeing along, trying to keep it on the black stuff. There are no driver aids whatsoever. No stability control, no traction control. There's no ABS. If you make a mistake, it stays made unless you do something about it. Woo, I'm on high alert. It's so easy to break traction in any gear. It's so easy to...
Why is the weather always shit in the UK?
I love supercharged engines in light cars. They're just so well suited to how fast you're going. It matters only how fast you feel like you're going. And that's what the latest generation of hypercars.
Alright, let's get into it. You won't regret watching this Hamza video.
That's something that all of us can actually do. Try and figure out what beliefs we may have about ourselves. I'm messy, I'm lazy, I'm unattractive, I'm not confident, I'm not invited into the social situations. If you think back to some times in childhood with parents, with family, with friends, in school, just imagine some experience in school right now that you think quite probably affected you heavily. Maybe it was a certain friendship group or bullying or some mistake you did, whatever it was, like a time you got into trouble. And try and think to yourself, like, what belief would have formed because of that experience? And if that belief doesn't serve you, destroy it. Abandon it. Replace it with one that does. The beautiful thing about our mind, and also the catastrophic thing about our mind, is that it will absolutely destroy or build you. Everything you have is all based on your mind. When you think about it, like how can a parent cause so much psychological damage to their children? Mind control. Tell them they're worthless. Make them believe it. So they can do that, so why can't we just reverse it? Just the same way that friends told you, no, you're not invited. Why don't we almost close our eyes and almost say to ourselves, like, yeah, I'm socially connected. I've got good friends who do invite me to stuff. I'm confident. I'm very well kept and organized. And especially if you keep telling, like, you dive deeper into this.
Chad Donatillers want to learn this on guitar. I think I'll get all the ladies after this.
No one dared to ask his business, no one dared to make a slip.
I'm sure you would. If you can play that on guitar, I think you'd get mad pussy. Thanks for that donation, Chad. Debate a tanky on Ukraine.
What you doing if a homeless person says this to you, Lamau?
Let me take
Oh shit! What's wrong?
I need some help.
What happened?
Today is my birthday and I don't lie or do drugs and my sister can't help me. I need to get my medication and it's only $30 and nobody can help me. I always have other people if I can't.
Okay, calm down, calm down. You got Cash App?
No.
Well, I don't have any cash on me.
It's a ATM machine around here.
There's an ATM machine?
Yeah, in that bank.
Okay. If I find the ATM, I'll be back.
It's an ATM machine right there.
Oh, that shit close, huh?
Mm.
Easy out of here. Easy out of here.
Well, that was a little mean. Thanks for the donation, though, dude. Trank Fufano donated $2. This video says cows cause a massive amount of rights violations, so are you okay with cow holocaust?
You're not gonna believe this. These forbidden forest floofs only take out about 1 person a year. But grass puppies like Hoss here take out almost 20 people a year. And 15 of those are on purpose. Which makes cows the 4th deadliest animal in the US. You're not.
I'ma get VR now, I'ma get conditioned as hell, yo. Anyways, what VR headset would you recommend for PC? Any VR games you would recommend? For fun, not for fitness. Are there any unexpected positive or negative side effects you noticed from Wellbutrin?
I would wait, I think, a few months. The Quest 3 is coming out, which is a pretty substantive upgrade over the Quest 2 headset. So, when is that releasing? Quest 3 release date. October 10th. So, yeah, I'd get the MetaQuest 3. It's just a smaller, more compact, ergonomic headset. So I just wait like a few weeks and get this. Again, it's a pretty substantive upgrade over the Quest 2. So that would be the value option if you want to get something, and it's wireless too, so that's a benefit. If you want to get something that's super premium, what's it called? 4K custom VR headset. What were they called? There's a company that makes them custom. Let's see, custom fitted VR. Yeah, this is it. Big screen VR. So Big Screen VR has custom fitted 4K headsets that are like super small. So if you want something that's wired but like really premium, that would be a good option. If you want something that is a really good value, I'd get the Quest 3. Any VR games you'd recommend? For fun, not for fitness. Half-Life Alyx. That's an excellent game. Boneworks and Bone Lab. Those are really good. Yeah, those would be my top picks. What's it called? Echo, not Echo, Lone Echo. Those Lone Echo 1 and 2 are also really good. Thanks for the donation, though. Oh, yeah, and Wellbutrin. Haven't had any negative side effects on Wellbutrin aside from having issues sleeping. That ended up going away. But yeah, it just improves my mood. It's a noticeable improvement to my mood. Thanks for that donation, dude. Yeah, so this is stupid. I don't care. Whoever sent me this, no, I'm not in favor of a cow holocaust. Donated $2 debate this Hamza Den orbiter after your stunt in downtown Toronto.
So 95% of animals in the UK are factory farmed. So I would consider that torture.
First, I would ask you, where did you get the stats from?
So from DEFRA.
Can you show me that?
Yeah. Like, I think you have to just Google it yourself.
Yeah, just tell me, because I like to make sure the information is correct. Yeah. You know, doesn't have anything here that says factory.
Maybe this one.
Well, this is not the same website.
You have to look farming practices here.
Where is the stats that you got, like the 95%?
I'm honestly not sure, but
that's why that's why I personally like to do this, because a lot of people pass.
Oh my god, what a fucking cocksucker. Yeah, maybe. Muslim Lantern. Alright, I'll maybe keep an eye out for him. Thanks for that donation, Dodo.
Why don't you run harassment campaigns on YouTubers with much bigger platforms than Destiny to try to bait debates? Harass Hassan Biker for a debate and encourage vegans to spam him until he folds and then run Name the Trait on him. That would get to H3.
That would not do anything. Thanks for that donation. Nobody's gonna debate me if they don't want.
I said shut the fuck up, Saga, and go back into your corner. Are you watching? Sorry, Richard. Licked hand, you like it when I stroke you big fat black cock. Saga, stop fucking crying before I get Sundus to slap your ass. You stupid shithead.
Thank you for that, Christy. Appreciate the donation. I just buy gluten flour, the stupid washed flour method. Like, why the fuck would I waste my time?
Story, especially. So you say, I am invited into social situations because, you know, those guys invited me, and I went up on stage and I spoke in front of like 50 guys in Hamza's call, and people were typing about me in chat, and also there's someone else replied to my message in this, and also this. Just as if our parents, or sometimes teachers for me, honestly, teachers, bad friends, whatever, just when they used to say something bad about us and then say, because you're so messy because you always make mess. You always misbehave because you do this. Those went deep internal inside of us, and we've got these, like, I honestly think we've all got at least 5,000 beliefs that don't serve us inside of our mind. And I promise you, there's quite a lot of those beliefs that when you take one out, you genuinely 10x how much money you're making. You've literally just seen...
Yeah, getting rid of some weird childhood insecurity is not going to just 10x your money. So you're telling me if I got rid of my childhood insecurities, I'm going to make $1 million a year? How does that fucking work?
This with me in front of you with Adonis Academy. My belief was that if I sell anything like this program, I'd be a scammer, a salesman, a businessman. I'd be, you know, seen as negative. People will make videos about me. Oh, look, Hamza's scam product. It's like Hustlers University or something. And so I literally didn't make Adonis Academy.
Yeah, buddy, you don't care. The only thing you care about is money. You're just an absolute fucking grifter, so that's bullshit. The take home message here is I don't even know what it is. None of his insecurities were holding him back from doing some fucking scam, basically telling dudes, "Oh, well, I'll help you. I'll help you with self-help shit and teach you how to make money," even though he doesn't know how to make money outside of YouTube. He was promoting like this bullshit about affiliate links. What is it? He at least doesn't promote MLM schemes, but he was doing he was promoting those stupid seller pages, the drop shipping. Like, his insecurities weren't holding him back.
Academy. I literally thought of this. I knew the name Adonis Academy over a year ago, and I didn't make it because I had this belief that this was like wrong. I had this belief that
no, you're full of shit. You were just making enough money on YouTube where you didn't care.
people would say these things about me, and that turned into fear. And that fear kept me inside of this, like, this little comfort bubble.
You know, it's kind of funny, I can relate. You know, last year I was afraid of like shoving cucumbers up my ass because I thought like, if I do that, people will like judge me and stuff. But now that I've been shoving cucumbers up my ass, people like pay me money for that. So I've like 10x'd my income because I had this insecurity that people would make fun of me for shoving cucumbers up my ass.
Whereas my edge was out here. And so for a solid year, you know, I still gained some success and still had some good moments, but I certainly didn't live up to my potential in my own eyes. It's interesting to think about. You've got 5,000 thoughts inside of you right now, 5,000 beliefs about yourself, about the world, about what you do, about your purpose, your mission, your goals, who you are, what you do, what you've been through. And they don't serve you. In fact, they take from you. And you can genuinely choose within a few minutes to just rewire them. The moment that you actually find one and you literally just choose to not believe it anymore and you replace it with a new thought, like a new belief, and you start to like, you know, actually like argue for yourself and change it into like a positive argument. I am clean. Like, this is sometimes I'll do this to myself. Like, yeah, I am clean. And I'm like, just, you know, like I'm just tucking in my bed sheets a little bit. See, I am clean. It's like, that's really all it has to take. It's been over.
Yeah, some of that I agree with. So some of those mindfulness exercises do help, but the claim that it'll just make you more money, that's fucking tarded. Why you will never get ripped?
Let me ask you something. You just mentioned self-image. How do you see yourself? And specifically in terms of fitness, physique, diet, health, how do you see yourself? What level of athlete are you? So you mentioned on the comments what happened was that you get into shape.
These homosexual thoughts and desires, Richard, I don't think I'll be able to fend them off for much longer. What should I do, Richard? Help.
Maybe just suck some cock. Get it over with. Thanks for the donation, less is more.
You gain the weight back, and it's happened multiple times. I believe that could be happening to you because of where you think you are supposed to be with your self-image.
Sustained weight loss is oftentimes difficult because of how hormones in your body work. So you have a set number of fat cells. If those fat cells end up shrinking, that releases a hormone called leptin, which makes you feel hungry. That's why when you get closer and closer to your goal weight, hunger increases and it becomes harder and harder to sustain that weight loss. So, depending on your genetics and how some of these hunger hormones work, you may have a very, very difficult time maintaining weight loss, especially if you're talking about being very lean. There could also be environmental reasons where the foods around him just tend to be kind of junky foods and he has trouble sticking to a particular diet. Also, possibly just a lack of interest in being lean. Obviously, if you're a normal dude and being lean doesn't really benefit you, and then there's the benefit of eating tasty food whenever you want, you're going to weigh what matters more to you, being happy or being lean, and I'm not getting more pussy anyway. So this is like a bizarre thing to assume. Like, why wouldn't he just ask if he, like, what he feels like and, like, what he thinks the fucking issue is whenever he gets lean, and just let him say, like, don't lead him on and just have him say, like, well, I just feel constantly hungry all the time. Why would you assume it's like some weird fucking psychological problem?
So our self-image is kind of like what we believe about ourselves and the way that we see ourselves. And I think that you see yourself as an overweight guy. And so you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that when you make progress to your fitness and your health, it feels like it's a little bit unnatural. It feels like you're swimming upstream, like there's tension. You're doing something that is difficult.
So Ron DeSantis was just asked about the neo-Nazi rallies that popped up in Florida. Listen to what he says in response to that question.
Let me take a look.
Did finally get around to addressing the Nazis in Orlando issue. Here's what he said.
Please respond to the Nazi demonstration in Orlando over the weekend. Why do you feel hate groups would go?
So what I'm going to say is these people...
I'm just going to stop that there for a second and say, what I'm going to say is these people... Right. You can sort of guess where he's going, right? What I'm going to say is these people... What do you think he's going to say next, right? What I'm going to say is these people...
Don't care. Shitty video. The person commenting ruined it. Thanks for the donation, dude.
You're pulling, like, there's tension, there's a rubber band, right? You're pulling the rubber band with some force right now, and you're making progress, you're losing some weight, that's awesome, nice. Making some progress, losing more weight, okay, eat more clean, nice, but it's getting hard, you're pulling this rubber band, but there's so much tension.
I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Yeah, no shit. Weight loss requires effort. Psychologically and physically. Why would you think it doesn't? Anybody who's trying to lose weight, it's going to require effort. You can't constantly be in a state of weight loss.
And the moment you slip up, back to 95 kg and stay here for a little bit, okay? There's no tension here. Here feels easy. To stay here feels kind of easy. Just, okay, do whatever you want. Exercise a little bit. Eat some meals, okay, but eat whatever your natural impulse is to stay here. Here is your natural state, and then you get some motivation again. Come on, this time for real.
It's bizarre that he's saying this. Like, yeah, like most people are prone to obesity. There's a reason why obesity prevalence is so high, and there's a reason why 80% of obesity is predicted by genetics.
Update, I went to court for the altercation at my local Chick-fil-A the other night. The judge decided to throw the case out due to warranted self-defense even though I have the black eye. Anyways, now this fag wants to sue me for emotional damage.
Wow. That is fucking retarded. I don't like... What is the fucking issue with, like, two people having a bit of a fight? Why the fuck does, like, anybody even bother going to court when it's something so trivial? Fuck that asshole. Thanks for the donation, though, Dick for Crack. Good luck.
Time for real. I'm gonna follow Hamza's advice. I'm gonna follow Andrew Tate's advice.
Do you think people who blaspheme against the black pill should be sentenced to forced labor?
No, maybe they should just jerk off to hentai or something. Thanks for the donation though, Turbo Black Pill.
Sorry about that, VG. Here's the original, unedited version of DeSantis's response to the neo-Nazi rallies in Florida.
All right, thanks, dude.
What I'm going to say is these people, these Democrats who are trying to use this as some type of political issue to try to smear me as if I had something to do with it, we're not playing their game. You know, some jackasses, you know, doing this on the street. First of all, state law enforcement is going to hold them accountable because they were doing stuff on the overpass. So they're absolutely going to do that, and they should do that. But I'm not going to have people try to smear me that belong to a political party.
Yeah, so it's no surprise there are a lot of Nazis in Florida. And right after DeSantis got elected, you're seeing these Nazi protests.
That has elevated anti-Semites to the halls of Congress, like Ilhan Omar, that have played footsie with the BDS movement, that even have people in their party that have cavorted with Farrakhan. No, we're going to take our record in Florida and what we've done, sign the strongest anti-Semitism bill in the country. We've stared down companies who were indulged in BDS, like Airbnb.
Yeah, again, the only reason you're doing that is to save face. Like, you're forced to. They wouldn't have done this otherwise.
And we've won. We've provided record funding for Jewish day schools, and we've had the strongest relationship between Florida and Israel than we ever had in terms of education, business, all these tremendous things that have happened.
What? I don't even know what that means. Florida and Israel.
Since our state visit in 2019. And so they try to play games to try to politicize. Why would they do that? Why would they want to elevate a half dozen malcontents and try to make this an issue for political gain? Well, because they want to distract from the failure that we've seen with Biden. And they're all joined at the hip. All these
I don't know how the fuck you can claim Biden's presidency is a failure.
policies, they all support in Florida 100%. The inflation that these policies have caused, that's absolutely killing
What? How the fuck did Biden cause inflation?
people at the gas pump, in the grocery store, making everything we do in the economy more expensive. You look at the disaster on the
Yeah, buddy, it's fucking gas companies that have artificially inflated prices. That accounts for 80% of the fucking inflation.
southern border. People from like 100 different countries pouring into the country illegally. Hundreds of
Yeah, so that's not true. They're called immigrants and asylum seekers.
thousands of people a month. They support those policies. Those are bad policies. You look at the crime throughout the country that's really spiraling out of
Crime is down.
control because of soft on crime policies. We're not going to let that happen in Florida. Somebody.
Okay, DeSantis is a fucking idiot, but we already knew that.
Whoever is making donos of Christy_X0 giving vegan gains blowjobs need to stop now. It's not funny. Have some fucking respect for women, goddamn. I don't want to go back to jail, but I will if I have to, just to prove what it's really like back in the house.
Alright, thanks for warning us all. Appreciate the donation, Sager.
How could you of all people blame people obesity on genetics rather than their shitty choices? You work hard, have a vegan diet, go on cutting and bulking phases, work out. Most people are obese because they don't make these choices.
Yeah, so there's a environmental component to this. The same people that you see that are like really overweight and obese, those are the same people who would have been fatter, say a few decades ago when obesity was lower. So obesity can be genetically predicted. It's just that there's environmental triggers. So if you don't have a food environment that can facilitate the expression of those genes, then yeah, you're not going to see obesity. But those same people are going to have more adipose tissue compared to people who don't have those obesity genes. So again, we're all in the same food environment. And when you can link obesity, 80% of obesity, with a certain genetic makeup, there's a reason for that. And it's because clearly obesity is driven by these genes, and it's not just driven by, you know, choices. Thanks for the donation, the weight loss. Appreciate
it. You know, this diet, this training program, this kind of exercise. So you can do this as much as you want. Not only one is it exhausting, but two, you can't hold. How long can you hold a rubber band like this for? Everyone tries it this way.
Yeah.
That's it. What we need to do is move this side of the rubber band. This is the real world stuff. This is your diet, your calories, your exercise program, workout routine. This is maybe 20% of what matters. And most people only
I'm
think,
Canadian, never grew up in the
This is what
States.
calories in, calories out, protein. This is 20%. This is small. This is the thing that matters, and this is all in the mind. This is the psychology. This is the way that you see yourself, what you believe about yourself. Because these people, the people who already have this in place where they want to be, the people who already think of themselves as athletes, they are just here naturally. I don't track calories. I don't think about protein or anything. I'm an athlete. When I go to the store to buy some things, there's no tension or cravings. I don't get cravings for unhealthy food because I'm an athlete. I'm here already. We need to move this side. And this comes only through psychology. This is no workout routine, no diet, no nothing will help with this. What we need to do is get you to see yourself as the athlete, the lean guy, the dream body, the dream fitness right now, before you're actually there. And that's how you'll get there. You have to see the success in your mind and actually feel like you're supposed to be there right now.
Can fucking guarantee you this is not going to help this guy. The end-all be-all to maintaining a lower body fat percentage is caloric control, and the way you control calories is by reducing appetite. So you can do that in a number of different novel ways. You can do that with drugs, you can do that with certain
He's
foods.
the real bish here. Now shut the fuck up, Saga, and sit in your corner, you limp dick little nitwit. Ahem. Sorry. So, who's next? Who thinks they can handle this Dark Angel?
Thank you for that, Christy. Appreciate the donation. So like I was saying, the only way to maintain a lower body fat percentage is to reduce your appetite, okay? If you're hungry all the time, you're not going to stay at a certain body fat percentage. So you can lower your appetite with drugs. So like caffeine, stimulants, nicotine, Ozempic, so like semaglutide, that's a new drug that people are using. It's expensive as shit right now, and it's hard to get, but that is an option. Or, you know, novel sort of dietary approaches, so like eating a lot of lettuce, filling your stomach up. This isn't a fucking psychology issue. This is just a practical issue when it comes to appetite control. I don't know what fucking crack Hamza's smoking. If this guy didn't feel hungry, he wouldn't be fucking eating Oreos and gaining weight. Like, it's just fucking stupid.
And then you'll get there. Everyone who's ever made progress in any area of life has done it because they saw themselves at that point of success first. And then simply, like, once you've moved this, like, out of these sides, right? Once you've moved this side over here, it's like your actions naturally are just gonna...
What's the best way to become more intelligent in a year? Probably by having sex with trannies.
Why demonize companies for higher prices? Everyone will always charge as much as they can get away with. That how capitalism works. Is it just a coincidence that everyone all got more greedy at the same time as Biden getting into office? Funny. I swear to God, Christy, I will fuck the living shit out of your tight asshole if you keep making fun of Jasmine. I swear I will go back to jail and wreck my entire life if you keep this up. You will be my bitch for life.
Alright, well, thank you for the support, Mandingo Richie. Appreciate the donation. So you can't just arbitrarily increase prices necessarily. There are some market sort of controls in place where no, companies can't just arbitrarily charge whatever they want. So that's not true. We don't live in a completely free market. Secondly, corporations have always done this stupid. I don't know why you think this is a Biden thing. You're just a dumbass. Come fight me, dipshit. Appreciate the donation, though.
Pull towards here. We've always thought about it as the real world actions. We need to exercise, we need to diet, we need to eat protein and stuff. But you naturally do these things when you have the self-image of the athlete who's supposed to do these things. So that sounds wishy-washy, but what I'm saying to you is we need to use some of those like wishy-washy practices. Like,
no, he needs to use novel methods of appetite control so he can like have an easier time not eating.
Affirmations, visualizations, maybe some reminders, some cues that will make you believe in a bit of a stupid, crazy way that you are already 80 kilograms and you've already got a six-pack. So there's literally like this, it's so interesting. Like, you know, the most effective diets actually have nothing to do with the diet or the workout routines. You know, some of the most effective...
What the fuck is he talking about? What? The most effective diet has nothing to do with the diet?
Like the diets which have actually shown the greatest results, they literally didn't change anything to do with what they ate.
That is absolutely, completely false. The best ad libitum weight loss study, where people could eat as much food as they want, but they still ended up losing weight, was a diet where they were eating a plant-based diet that primarily focused around fruits and vegetables. Dietary choices clearly have a fucking impact on weight loss. What the fuck is he talking about?
They just took a picture of the food beforehand.
That's a
one
lie.
of the most effective diets ever been shown.
No, that is a complete lie. The best dietary intervention where subjects were allowed to eat ad libitum was a plant-based dietary intervention. They had a record amount of weight loss for a study that did not require them to deliberately cut calories.
It's psychological shit. It's never been about this calories in. This is all.
It is not just psychological. There are, like, buddy, your digestive system and the hormones that affect hunger are not all in your mind and make-believe. These are actual physical fucking things that affect appetite and affect your behavior.
All modern day bullshit, bro. People are only fat from the last like 50 years. So if we're trying to follow any of these new scientific principles, we're not going to get anywhere. So there's a few tips. Like,
this is just stupid.
Doing it, and they're going to sound stupid as fuck, right? Literally start to...
And by the way, the most effective weight loss intervention is bariatric surgery. So, like, literally making your stomach smaller. I don't know how the fuck he can claim something like this. This is just so stupid.
So Target is closing in 9 locations across the country. San Francisco, Oakland, Seattle to name a few. All because of Negroes and blackies wanna spend time robbing and stealing. America needs to turn into Saudi Arabia where they chop thieves' hands off.
I think that would be less than ideal, but thanks for the donation, Kid Boo. Appreciate it.
Do whatever it takes for you to convince yourself that you're an athlete.
That was some goddamn stupid shit, if I've ever heard it. Yeah, that was super stupid.
That made no sense. Dude, inflation went up under Biden. It was partly Trump's fault during COVID, but Biden also approved mass deficit spending in the Inflation Reduction Act and the CHIPS Act. It's not companies being more greedy. Companies are always greedy.
Trump increased the deficit more than Biden. The deficit goes down under Democratic presidencies, and it goes up during Republican presidencies. So I don't know what you're talking about. Thanks for that donation, though, Corporate Greed. For some reason, I am highly, highly frustrated right now. Gotten this strange sensation of anger for no particular reason. I don't know why I'm so pissed off. It's like physically hurting.
Skip to 9:55. Even actors that prepare for movie roles don't eat this way. I'm vegan, and I'm trying to eat like this but in a vegan way, and it's difficult AF. He either has insane discipline or he's lying.
David Lade chronically undereats, and he has a very low appetite naturally. So he's always been skinny. He's always like had trouble building muscle. Even now, like after all the steroids and shit, like he's still kind of fucking skinny. That's why he does like a lot of workout videos where he's wearing full sleeve shirts.
I have a portable solution. It's because my nose is congested and I have a little bit of a sore throat. Intense. Is, you know, roughly the equivalent amount of time of just feeling like shit a long time with training. And I stopped by, and I sat back, and I looked at that. I was like, this is not really, you know, a fun or sustainable way to live life in a sense. So a lot of the times, like a lot of the days for me, and then go to the gym and feel great. You know, music sounds great. I'm optimistic. I'm happy. I feel disproportionately fine. Warms it up, feels good, and then you're like in an immortal phase. You can almost do anything. You could, if I consume too many carbs before the gym, I'll feel sick. When I first started working out in the first, after doing that for a year, I didn't really get as much gains as I could have. Eating clean, I ate a smoothie, and in the smoothie, I don't consume that many carbs or any carbs whatsoever before I go to the gym. I just personally feel significantly better. So after my workout, I'll usually make some kind of smoothie, and in the smoothie, I'll make I'll throw some fruits in there. I'll either use a vegan protein or a whey protein. If I'm using whey, ideally I don't like it like flavored whatsoever. I'll just find like an unhealthy. So that's an extremely vague schematic of what my eating looks like. Just general guidelines that I like to follow is I don't like to eat processed foods. I don't like to eat refined sugar. I eat as organic as I possibly can. Any of the meat.
That's fucking retarded. Anybody who eats organic deliberately is a fucking idiot. David Lade just naturally chronically undereats. He just has a low appetite. So if he's saying he eats very little, he eats very little. It has nothing to do with willpower. He just has a low appetite. I've loosely followed his channel and shit for a while, and everybody around him says they have to like tell him to eat and remind him because otherwise he'll just not eat. But thanks for the donation, Sharky. Appreciate the donation.
Hamza's voice is so fucking annoying. I can't take it anymore.
Yeah, his voice is fucking annoying. He's just an annoying person in general, but thanks for that donation, Oits.
Yeah, I'm half black, so what? If I could get rid of the bigger side of my bloodline, I would. Shut up, you maggots. Niggers are literally a menander to society. The only thing niggers are good for is entertainment and sports. Other than that, they're a liability. Have you ever taken benzos for anger? They can be good for emergencies. You would just have to only take them in emergencies, otherwise you get addicted.
I have not taken benzos ever. And I don't think I ever will, because I know they're known to be addictive. I really do not have an addictive personality at all. So I don't think I'd ever develop a dependency to them, but I've seen some horror stories where I'd just stay away from them. Thanks for the donation, though, benzos.
So I just find it very
Do this to double your views in 5 minutes.
interesting. Like pretty much every good YouTuber's got stories in their videos, and all of like the people who don't seem to put stories don't really seem to get that successful. Like the most successful YouTubers are the full-on story YouTubers, Mr. Beast, Eric. They're the kind of ones who like their video is literally just a mini story of like, oh, this is what I'm doing. There was this video I watched, right? It's a bit Jeffrey. I haven't even played Minecraft in a while, but it's by this guy called Dream. Be a good thing for you to research. So this guy's Dream. He's a Minecraft YouTuber, and yeah, it's this one here I watched. So he's a Minecraft YouTuber, and if you watch this video, this one in Minecraft Speedrunner versus 3 Hunters Grand Finale, you'll see what like a high-paced story is like. So the big story is that he's in this Minecraft world and he needs to get really far into it and kill the Ender Dragon. And then 3 of his friends are going to try and kill him beforehand. And if they literally kill him, which doesn't take like, it's not too hard to kill someone, then he loses, right? So it's just a simple story, but there's like 500 mini...
That is not a story.
Stories happening inside of it, and also like I built
Hamza does not know what the fuck he's talking about. This jackass just happened to be in a niche where he was able to be one of the first to do it, and there are a lot of 12-year-old children who hate girls who like how he also hates girls. That's it. None of his YouTube success had any intellectual basis behind
Hamza
it.
and Frank, if you're watching, this one's for you.
Let me take a look. Quest.
Virginity is cool. Come on. Virginity is cool. What up? Virginity is cool. He's got it. Virginity is cool. Come on. Ready?
Yeah, virginity is kind of cool, isn't it? Thanks for the donation, though, Quest. Yeah, so Hamza's success on YouTube had nothing to do with him being like, oh, let's see about the algorithm. What do people find most interesting? What's like, you know, the most entertaining way to do this or that? Like, no, he was just a fucking moron who uploaded bullshit, and that bullshit just happened to appeal to a niche audience. That's it. He just won the lottery. And then he's trying to give advice to people, and he thinks his advice is gonna somehow help somebody build a huge YouTube channel. He doesn't know how to give advice to build a YouTube channel, and like really, there isn't any way to give anybody advice to build a YouTube channel. The only advice you can give is be as entertaining as you can, make the best videos you can, try to be genuine because a lot of people like genuine personalities, so let your personality shine through, and upload as frequently as you can. That's it. Like, that's incredibly non-specific. And that's really the only advice you can possibly give to somebody. Aside from that, like more specific advice would be like thumbnails. So there are ways to kind of suss out what thumbnails are best, you know, for the algorithm and attention and stuff like that. But yeah, aside and titles, I guess, you know, titling your videos, but that's really the only thing where you can give specific advice that would actually help.
With the things that you have control of as a man, you've done well. And in something that you have no control of, it's unfortunate that you started in essentially like below the baseline that we wish we could have started on. Which, you know, when I was, up until I was about 15, 16, I felt the same way for two reasons. One, I was very short. I was 5'1", 5'2" or something till I was like 17, so I grew last out of all my friends. But two, the bigger insecurity that I had, which is very similar to yours, is that I was brown skinned, I was Pakistani.
I'm all out of love, I'm so lost without you. I know you were right, believing for so long. I'm all out of love, what am I without you? I can't be too late to say that I was so wrong. Did you like my song, Sweet Prince? How are your butt cheeks feeling?
Well, my butt cheeks are only a little bit sore. I was sitting on an uncomfortable chair for a while, but not too bad. Now that my butt cheeks are in my soft-ass recliner. Feeling pretty good. My butt cheeks, that is.
Living in the UK. And although, you know, I'm talking about race, you're talking about height, it's kind of the same thing of like, it's this thing that we can't change and what we perceive, you know, it's the negative thing. Like you said, it's the first thing that someone will see. You are defined by this bad trait. And that's exactly how I felt with being brown, right? And I think you'll be able to relate to this. So for all of my childhood and for most of my teenage years, I had this belief that being brown is a bad thing, that I will be seen as a worse person for that. I won't get the attraction from girls. I won't get the respect. No. It's not that I just won't get the respect from men. I will get the bullying. I will get the insults, the discrimination, the physical attacks, the abuse. I'll get the embarrassment when I see the news talk about immigration and it's always brown people being showed. I'll get the guilt and the shame when the news talks about terrorism and it's always brown people. And so I was convinced that being brown was something that I cannot change, and that meant that I would be undesirable. Until one day, Zayn Malik.
I mean, you can look at statistics. There's a racial sort of link with attraction. So yeah, like it's unavoidable. By being a certain race, you're going to be more or less attractive. And I think it's mostly just linked to general preferences when it comes to facial or physical features. Black girls are more likely to have like a big ass booty, higher cheekbones, different facial features, stuff like that. You know, white girls, I don't know, Asians, they look different, right? And just for whatever reason, some of these features are just more desirable, especially when you look at certain populations. So it's not wrong to think that, yeah, because you're a certain race, you're going to be seen as less attractive to a wider amount of people, or if you're a certain race, you're going to be seen as more attractive to a wider amount of people. Doesn't mean nobody's going to like the way you look, but like that is just a reality. It's like you can separate the race part out, like, and just look at it as, if I have certain facial features, like if my nose is a certain shape, more people are going to be attracted to that type of nose than another type of nose. So that's basically how it works. Like, yeah. So That's not incorrect. Like, the incorrect assumption is nobody's going to find you attractive on that basis.
He started to go viral. You remember him from One Direction. So if anyone doesn't know, Zayn Malik is like this, pretty much your age, 21, 22 years old. And he joined this band called One Direction. I think he's like a singer or something. And they went viral in the UK. So it's like, you know, just British guys, like some boy band, right? They went viral, and one of the guys who joined was called Zayn, and he was Pakistani, British Pakistani, brown skin. And out of nowhere, girls in my class, like the kind of girls that I used to have crushes on, but I used to think that they'd never be interested in a guy like me, they start posting pictures of Zayn on their Facebook with like emojis and saying, oh my god, he's so hot and everything. And that broke the paradigm for me, because I thought, wait. If someone's brown, they can't be attractive. And here in front of me, my
Yeah, so he was just making the incorrect assumption that if you're a certain way, nobody's going to find you attractive. The correct assumption would be, if I look a certain way, there's going to be like more or less people that find me attractive.
My Facebook newsfeed, this was when people use Facebook, my newsfeed is getting blown up from this random guy that these girls are obsessing over. And suddenly I realized it was actually never about being brown. That was never it.
Well, that's false. Like, again, there's racial preferences when it comes to attraction.
The reason why I wasn't attracting girls was actually because of my belief. What I started to ask myself after this was, okay, if I have something like genetic that I can't change, some bad traits that I can't improve on, and I think it's holding me back.
Like your lack of intelligence, how dumb you are, being stupid. Oh wait, those are all the same thing.
I simply just need to ask, is there someone else with this bad trait who has what I want? Is there a brown guy who gets girls? Yes. Is there a brown guy who isn't?
This doesn't make any sense. This is basically like saying, oh, I don't think I'm going to be successful because I'm really stupid. I have like an 80 IQ. And then you find somebody who has an 80 IQ and for whatever reason they're successful despite that. That doesn't mean having an 80 IQ is going to be a roadblock to being successful. So, yeah, I mean, looking a certain way or being from a certain race or having a certain level of intelligence, like those are things you can't change. That is going to be a roadblock to success. It's just that you can be successful in spite of that.
Isn't seen as a terrorist? Yes. Is there a brown guy who's friends with white guys and has their respect? Yes. And I was actually short at the time, and I actually literally thought the exact same things. And I thought, okay, with short guys, is there short guys who pull? Yes. Is there short guys who get the attention of men? Yes. Is there short guys who still go and do like amazing in life? Yes. Now, of course, we can sit here and talk about statistics of like, yeah, short guys are less likely to be successful and stuff. Okay, well, you can say the same thing about brown people. Me and you as brown men, we are almost in the worst possible category of students in the education system. The only kind of like ethnic, not really an ethnicity, but the only group of people that perform worse than Pakistani men in the education system are travelers.
Vegan Tranny donated $2. What the fuck?
Thanks for the money, dummy.
That is a bizarre story. Dude,
Bro, either way, your family...
GoldenEye theme is so goddamn good. I can never get tired of that GoldenEye theme. Thanks for the nation, though, vegan tranny.
Like the genuine people who like literally stay in like RVs and like where Tyson Fury's from, like they literally just fight each other and everything, right? They're the only kind of people who are statistically shown as like worse than you and I in the education system, worse than you and I in terms of success. So I realized then that this was just a limiting belief to begin with. And this is coming from a brown person who then achieved the success in all areas that I thought was impossible for someone like me. So this is something that you have to ask yourself. Are there short guys out there who have what you want?
Alright, let's take a break from Hamza. Watch some Bruce Rivers on Andrew Tate.
Another fun-filled episode of Criminal Lawyer Reacts. I'm Bruce Rivers, board-certified criminal defense lawyer, coming to you with my pearl handle pistol cufflinks, so graciously gifted to me by our content genius, Michael Rivers, who's behind the camera and behind every retainer agreements. And here's the thing, I have not made any bones about whether I like Andrew Tate or not. Whether I like him or not is irrelevant because I really don't care for him. But I really dislike his message. You know, that you shouldn't get a job 9 to 5. You know, you should not fall into the trap of get rich quick. Guess what happens when you cut out the hard work? Guess what happens? You shortcuts, you wind up not doing the things you need to do to make life solid. And when you're not doing that, you're falling into a trap of belief.
What am I going to use this tripod thing for? A combination of IRL streams and OnlyFans. My thing holder broke, so I got a good metal one. The phone holder. So it's going to be IRL streams and OnlyFans so that I can take shots of my gorgeous body, cock and balls and whatnot, and make cash off of my glob-given beauty.
Being a snake oil salesman. And what do I mean by that? Well, anybody that has something that seems too good to be true, guess what? It probably is. And we're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about two things. We're going to talk about what a Ponzi scheme is and what a pyramid scheme is.
Dude, that's actually insane. I got another client just last month. That's what took me to 5K.
That's what took me to 5K. I made 5K last month. Guess how much 5K is a month? 60 grand. You know what? You can get a different kind of job for well over 60 grand.
Making 14,000, made 52,000 out of it.
Everybody in the real world is making money. The largest benefit to the real world is direct access to professors.
Professors. Are they real professors?
Nope.
Taught by a millionaire. That answers your questions. They give you everything on a silver platter.
It may be impossible to not make money if you follow.
It's impossible to not make money.
What they say.
So the real world really gave me a sense of brotherhood.
It's a community.
People.
Sense of brotherhood. Let's talk about that for a second. When you have young guys who are looking towards the future, guess what they are? The people who are following Andrew Tate are vulnerable guys. Every last one of them. Because guess what? If they had their own Bugatti, they wouldn't need his Bugatti. But they're vulnerable. And in this young community, it's a community. Community of what? You know, how did he make the bulk of his money? You know, he made it off the backs of women. You know, exposing themselves on OnlyFans or online sex rooms and whatever, and conning men into spending money. That's how they made their money. They're not providing an incredible service to the poor or to the needy or to the masses. They're just grab. We'll talk a little bit more about that, the underlying purpose of the organization in a second.
That are there for you to
Help each other. We're only there for one thing, and that's to make money.
You hear that last line? That line, we're only there for one thing, and that's to make money. If your sole purpose is to make money, you're empty. You're absolutely empty. If that's all you give a shit about is making money, you got to be balanced, as I see it. But just making money alone is an empty pursuit. And look at the amounts here. The amounts here aren't even that much.
The Real World is now posted on their own platform and his own app now. Since downloading the Real...
Oh, the Real World's on an app. It's on a platform. It's on Google. It's on Apple.
Like, bro, this doesn't even make any sense. Like you said, the amounts aren't even that much. You could make that extra cash working for Uber over the weekend. Like, it's so weird that they're promoting this as like, oh, wow, so much money. And these are the success stories. I said this before about, you know, Andrew Tate's stupid thing. They don't know how to actually make money, so it's all bullshit like drop shipping. These are, you don't make any money doing drop shipping. And you are in like the top 1% if you're making like $1,000 a month or more. So you have pretty much a guarantee of making zero money if you do this shit. And they're showing the crazy, you know, 1% success stories. If you just work a normal job and then over the weekend you just, you know, work for Uber, you could make that same extra cash easily. So why would you bother doing that rather than, again, doing something like some minor side hustle on the weekend like Uber, where it's guaranteed money? It's such a fucking waste. And like, people are actually paying for this. It's so dumb. Like, you can find free information online on how to make a drop shipping account. So fucking stupid. And I think Jasmine did some of the shit like Instacart, Uber delivery. You can make decent money. Like at peak hours, it's pretty easy to make like $100 pretty quickly, within like a couple hours. So why not fucking just do that? It's stupid.
Oh, wait a second. No, it's not. It got pulled from Google and Apple.
Addicted to it. I can work comfortably out of my laptop and travel across the world.
Building your own business is very much like...
All right, we're not going to play any more of that because he doesn't need more advertising of his stupid program. But one of the things they teach you about is multi-level marketing or affiliate marketing. You know what that is? That's a pyramid scheme.
Well, affiliates aren't a pyramid scheme. MLMs are like pyramid schemes. They are different. They're distinct, but they are like pyramid schemes. Similar kind of idea. Affiliate programs they're not a pyramid scheme, but they don't make any money. You just get like a tiny percentage of sales. And in order to make any money doing affiliate sales, you have to have an insane amount of affiliate sales. And again, if you're not a big name influencer like PewDiePie, you're making no money off of affiliates. The money is in selling actual products. So if you're not like actually selling anything, you're just not making money. Mike donated $2. Let me see. Cost of living is worse than you think. Let's see.
On TikTok today that made me stop in my tracks.
We are living in the silent depression.
This guy believes we are not just living in worse than the Great Depression, we're living in the silent depression. The average annual income in 1930 for an American individual was a little over $4,800. Sounds like nothing, but if you adjust that for inflation, a little over $4,800 a year in 1930 is equivalent to almost $85,000 annually for the average salary for one person. Right now, the average annual salary is $56,000 a year. We currently are making less than the height of the Great Depression. In 1930,
wow. That is shocking.
gas was on average 10 cents a gallon. That would be about $1.73. In case you haven't filled up your car lately, average cost of a gallon of gas is $3.55. To buy a new car in 1930 would have been about $860. It's worth about 15 grand. The average cost of a new car.
I can tell you why this is the case. It's corporations. It's artificial cost increase. And because there's increasingly like more monopolies, more corporations, you're just seeing artificial price increases because they can. That's why that's happening.
My catalytic converter was getting stolen at 3 a.m. last night. I went to confront the thief and he pulled a gun on me. The cops didn't do anything. I hate degenerates, man.
Bro, I fucking hate catalytic converter thieves. They're the fucking scum of the earth. I fucking can't stand them. I really wish we could have fucking hunting parties for these fuckers and just make it a sport to fucking hunt them down and shoot them. You should literally be granted a fucking permit to just actually hunt down catalytic converter thieves and blow them the fuck away. That is insane that the police also wouldn't do anything. Holy fuck, dude. They're the literal fucking worst scum imaginable. Yeah, dude, get a gun and just blow them away and do society a favor. Thanks for the donation, cat thieves.
Today is $48,000. And of course, the most coveted aspect of the American dream, being able to buy a house in 1930 cost about $3,900, less than $70,000. I spend way too much time on Zillow, so maybe this isn't surprising to me, but the average price of a home in America today is $416,000. How could we be living through worst cost of living and wages than 1930? And no politician, no media outlet, no one.
Yeah, it's corporations. It's artificial cost increases due to corporate greed. You know, especially after playing Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk actually had some really interesting ideas about corporations and monopolies that are true, and they're culturally relevant. I really don't like corporations. We need less of them. And or we need a strong enough government to hold them in check so that they can't make these insane cost increases.
You know, if you have a business and the overriding driving force of the business is not the business itself, but it's recruiting people to get into the business, that's a pyramid scheme. To start that program, you pay $50 a month. And one of the driving forces is to get on TikTok. And, you know, you guys have seen all these things on TikTok, on YouTube. And in these videos are highlights of, you know, Tate's best moments, for lack of a better word. And then the pinned comment, you know, is how to get into, you know, or a link to the real world. But the issue here is, so they're trying to get you to get hooked. And one of the guys on here just says, I'm absolutely hooked. You know, I'm addicted to this. The real issue, and this is why I think it's been taken down from Google and Apple, is they're targeting kids.
He's only 13, but he's already making $10K a month.
He's on to make over $15,000 as he's 15 years old.
16 years old. He trains 7 days a week with aspirations of becoming a world-class boxer.
He just turned 6 years old and he wants to become a boxing champion just like Andrew is. He already has a six-pack.
Oh my god, this is cringe as fuck, bro. Oh, I just can't get over how stupid everybody is. Like, to be fair and not to victim blame, so many people are desperate for money, and when you have somebody who just comes by and is like, this is how you can make easy cash, it's pretty easy to scam people when you have such a huge desperate market for people who are desperate for money. And yeah, like, this is why you're seeing so many financial scammers like Dan Locke. So many people are getting into the financial scams. Like Hamza's, it is a financial scam. I don't see him as any different than Dan Locke. They just bullshit you into thinking that you can make money easily when they don't even know how to make money themselves. And they make money by promising you that they can help you make money when they can't. It is so fucking bullshit. We really need UBI. The amount of people who are getting like fucking scammed out of their money with this horseshit, it just wouldn't happen if there was UBI.
What she failed to mention is 1/3 people had no job during the Great Depression. And there was pretty much no welfare state safety net back then. Housing was cheap but other things like food were expensive. In 1930 they spent 40% of income on food alone.
Wow, didn't know that. Yeah, I think it still makes a strong point though. If things like housing was that cheap back then, it should be cheaper now, given that we have better technology, you know? Thanks for that donation though, Great Depression.
They're targeting young kids, they're targeting young adults, and all men. Now keep in mind, when he was making money on OnlyFans and the webcams, you know, he was making, you know, $300,000-$400,000 a month or more. Now on this platform, he was making, you know, I think at the height, I think they might have had, I think I read somewhere 220,000 subscribers at $50 a month. How much is that? That's over $1 million a month. But how is he making his money? He's not making his money any other legitimate way other than just conning the shit out of these people and selling them shit that they can get from pretty much anywhere else for free.
Presented with is just super basic. It's clearly aimed at beginners, particularly young people, and the problem with that is a lot of that basic information is available for free on the internet. You just have to know where to look, and a quick Google will actually tell you exactly what you need to know.
The real world is marketed as a global community of like-minded individuals striving to acquire an abundance of wealth. And this is created by Tate, the notorious British-American influencer, who despite facing charges in Romania of rape, human trafficking, and forming an organized crime group to sexually exploit women, retains a large following among young men and boys worldwide. Guys. Now, I'm not asking for anything from you young guys. Honestly, I'm not. Just watch, and learn. But guess what? I wasn't the smartest guy in school by any stretch. And I'm not the smartest guy that walks into a room. But what I do have is drive, I have determination, and I have a sense of self-direction. I know where I want my life to go. I'm not going to let life happen to me. I'm going to make my life happen. And what is my philosophy been all along? What's the one word that I've used in almost every episode? Build. You can build on yourself. Get knowledge. Let's say you do this online course. Let's say you start to make a little bit of money. And all of a sudden his thing goes downhill. And you are making your money on getting people into his program. Guess what? First of all, he is going down. But guess what happens? Then your way of life just all of a sudden collapses. And what do you have to fall back on? And now do I sound like a fucking dad? Why do I sound like a dad? Because I am a dad. And I'm worried about you guys. I'm worried about guys who think that there's a get-rich-quick scheme. There is a get-rich scheme, and guess what that is? Get some skills. Get some skills.
Best way to ensure an income is to work in a trade. That is the absolute easiest and most guaranteed way to get an income. If you have an average level of intelligence and you have a high school diploma, you can easily make about $80,000 a year if you work in a trade for a few years. I don't know why trade jobs aren't being promoted more, but if you can get into something like plumbing, again, it is relatively easy if you have average level of intelligence and you have a high school diploma to realistically make around $80,000 per year after a few years of doing plumbing. And you can make money while you're learning through apprenticeships as well. So I don't know why this shit isn't, well, I guess it's because you won't, like, nobody can make money off of you if they tell you this, but yeah, it's so stupid.
I just love in that clip of DeSantis I showed you earlier is that for over 2 minutes, he was beating around the bush and trying to dodge answering the question about neo-Nazi rallies in Florida. But of course he knows those pieces of shits are voters for him SMH.
Oh yeah. Totally. He knows exactly why those neo-Nazis are there, and he knows that's his voter base. Thanks for that donation, though, Ben. Mike donated $2. POV the government.
80s, the average rent price done went up damn near 4 times. And the cost of food done went up like 4 times. Yep, that too. And the cost of every fucking object you could buy with money has also went up 4 times. Yeah, quadruple. That was the plan. And you see, that's fine and all, but you know, the amount of money that we get paid to, you know, to pay for all that shit ain't went up that much. Yeah, for sure. I know that was the goal the whole time. But why, bitch? Because we figured out 50 years ago that if we just build our great lives today on the back of the future generations, then we'll be dead or damn near finna die before we have to pay for any of this shit. And y'all just fix it. What the fuck? Bitch, what about the American dream?
Yep, boomers ruin society.
Yeah, sure. See, that was for us. We paid for the American dream that we lived in the past using the future that y'all live in today. So we lived for it back then, and y'all gonna pay for it today. Since the 1980s,
That is accurate. Boomers ruin society. Thanks for the donation, Mike.
Whether it be, and you don't have to go to college necessarily. I mean, if you do, and you become a doctor, or a lawyer, or you become, whatever you want to become, an accountant or an engineer. But even if you don't do that, there's 1,000 different things you can do, and you can become somebody. Remember what I said? Build on your relationships, build on your education, build on your financial future. Build on every part of your life to create a balanced life. Not this bullshit about, one of the things that he talks about is the matrix and the 9 to 5. And you don't want to be part of that. You're either rich or you're broke. And, and that's such a false premise. It absolutely is. You find something you're good at it and make that your passion. Whatever it is. I didn't find my passion for law until a little bit later. I didn't become a lawyer until I was 31. You realize that? That's kind of crazy when you think about it. Because I was in another career and had some family shit happen to me. And, but I just kept at it. I kept at it and kept at it and kept at it. And guess what? Because I did that, because I became a lawyer, and because I fucking became good at it, because I like what I do, and I really like helping people. I mean, I had 3 kind of phases in my professional life. I got out of college with a business degree and I was a sales guy. I really hated that. But before that, I drove an ambulance and I used to help people every day. I really loved that. I'm back to helping people on a regular basis and I love that. But like I said, I wasn't the greatest student, but because I went along and did what I did, I tried a case a year ago. And on Tuesday, we're having a mediation.
Okay, it's done. What if your parents find out?
If you want to be a YouTuber, your family are gonna find out that you used the fap and used the fuck, and your family gonna find out, bro. So you try and do like a faceless channel where you draw, like how After School does, and your mother will see your hand and be like, "Wait, no, I know it's Mohammed."
What kind of childish retard would care what their parents think of them? You're an adult. Why would you give a shit what your parents think of you? Goobear donated $2. Have you ever struggled with bad brain fog? If so, how did you overcome it? Well, I mean, if I'm tired as fuck and I haven't slept, sure, but otherwise, no. Could be a number of reasons for brain fog. Could be a bad diet. Could be a lack of sleep. Could be from not watching enough hentai. But, you know, you can do things like, you know, try to have good sleep hygiene, try to eat clean. You can take creatine, which does seem to help with cognitive performance. You know, those sorts of things can help get rid of brain fog. Exercise can also help. But, yeah, aside from that, can't really give you much more advice. Thanks for the donation, though, Goober.
They're gonna find out from your voice. It is, yeah, that is the disadvantage of faceless videos, is it's harder to convert these people who are used to this format to then, for example, sign up to your private community or to buy something from you. But those people, it's not like you can't monetize a faceless channel, you absolutely.
If you wanna be a tradesman, just make sure you have an exit plan. Either move into management, or save for early retirement, or plan for another job that's easier on your body. Money, it's great, but just don't plan to work trades until 65.
That's okay. I think that's bullshit. I think a lot of people end up having their body break down on them when they're 65 because they don't eat well and they don't exercise. Like, dude, you can go to places like, you know, in Africa where you can see 80-year-old women carrying like 200-pound bags of rice. I mean, just look at any other fucking, like any other country. China, old woman carrying like shit. Okay, that's young woman. I don't know why that would be. Oh my god. How is this allowed on YouTube? So you'll see people in these countries who are in their 60s, 70s, 80s carrying extremely heavy shit. You know, this has to be like around 200 pounds. And they carry the shit like uphill every fucking day. Your body doesn't just break down because you're old, and it's not like because you're 65 you can't do plumbing anymore. You can't do something like a trade because you haven't taken good enough care of your health and you haven't been doing rigorous exercise regularly enough. If these people can get by at that sort of elderly age and be that physically fit, I don't see why you can't do a trade like plumbing when you're 65. It's not a bad idea, though, to always have a backup plan. You never know if you're going to get injured and shit. But I don't buy that, like, oh, the trades wear on your body. And no, if you do physical exercise and you lift heavy things, your body is less likely to break down as you get older because you've built your body up. But thanks for the donation, trades.
We can, and what I'd do if I was you is go find some of the biggest faceless channels. So After School is one of them. Psych2Go has 10 million subscribers. And go look at what they sell, because what they sell is not the same as what I would sell. They sell actual like products. They'll sell like journals, which has just got their logo on, and they make like $20 per one. They'll sell a hoodie which says like, "Oh, stay calm," something like that. So you can still 100% you can monetize, and there's a lot of potential in growing a faceless channel if it's still extremely high quality, high value. So I wouldn't think that, you know, you can't create success in this. Why is it that you want to make a faceless channel instead of just showing yourself? Bro, either way.
This might be interesting for you. Do I have to donate $3 min? Fucking scam.
This is way too long to watch today, dude. I'll probably watch this on my spare time. I don't know if I'll react to it on stream. But I'll watch this on my spare time, and if I think it's worth reacting to on stream, then I'll do that. But yeah, this is just... It's too much to really get through right now on a stream. Thanks for that donation, though. Hello, sir.
Your family, if you want to be a YouTuber, your family are going to find out that you used to...
Did you know that Nick Mullen watches you and donates? Famous comedian and vegan. I didn't know that, and I've never heard of him. Maybe I've seen him before. Give me a second. I think I might have actually seen him before. I think he went to, was he at the Vegandale Veg Fest? Yeah, I think he was at the Vegandale Veg Fest.
I could very well shit myself.
I think I might have seen him. All right, that's cool.
The fap and use the fuck, and like, your family gonna find out, bro. So you try and do like a faceless channel where you draw, like, you know how After School does, and your mother will see your hand and be like, wait, no, I know it's Mohammed. Like, they're gonna find out from your voice.
Maybe you're right depending on the trade. All I can speak for is oil rigs. I didn't see a single guy over 45 working the intense jobs. Most were under 35. Even a lot of young guys who went to the gym couldn't keep up. Plumbing might be easier though.
Yeah, I don't know what work on an oil rig is like. There might be unique aspects of the job that either make it unsustainable long term, or the work is just so difficult nobody wants to keep doing it. That's also a possibility. But yeah, I don't know what the work really entails. Thanks for the donation though, tradesman. I would imagine plumbing's a lot easier.
Sooner or later they're gonna find out. The way that I navigated this was the exact same way that I navigated my journals. Like, so I leave my journals just out in the open. The idea is that anyone can walk into my room and read them. I hope that they don't, but they can. And I've done this literally from when I first ever started journaling, whilst I lived with a girl that like I had problems with and everything. And I always just left it out in the open, because I always just thought, okay, this is my real, authentic, genuine, honest thoughts. If anyone reads them, whatever their reaction is to that, like, oh, it's gay, oh, you said this, or whatever. But that's who I am. So it's like, it's real. Does that make sense? So it's like, if, for example, my brother was going to come in and say, oh, well, that's gay, what are you writing about this for? That's this. It's like, but that's simply just what he's talking about me. It was never about the journal. This is just how he feels about me. So it's the same thing for you. I'm not saying to go, you know, publicize your secrets or anything. Maybe take it one step at a time. And, you know, the first few videos you can just rant about the Western world. Then, you know, 100 videos from now, you could start telling a bit more of your story. For example, you can make up stories of like a character who is going through this Western. And, you know, Sophie grows up, and when she's 13 years old and she posts the first like full body picture, she gets more likes, and then Sophie ends up downloading Tinder because her whore friend tells her to, and like, because you're still gonna get a fuck ton of views if you do that. And if at that point, if you're
do you see where this guy's mind goes? He has such a low fucking opinion of women. Like every fucking time he talks about women, they're all whores, they're all drug addicts. It's fucking insane. Like, he has a lot of, like, pent-up rage about girls who fucking just wouldn't date him in high school.
Or, let's say you're showing your face, but you're not saying that you've done anything degenerate, but you're kind of saying that people who are doing these degenerate things are kind of bad, and, you know, we should be people of better morals. I can think that if your parents found that and you were, you know, kind of saying like, oh yeah, you know, we should have better morals, we should maybe pursue religion or something, I can imagine your parents might be a little bit proud of you giving that message out.
He's literally telling the people who spend $500 for a stupid online course that they should upload the same exact content he's uploading. Yeah, just copy me. Just talk about how you think all women are whores and that we need to, like, all follow Islam. Right.
They're going to find out sooner or later. If you want to have a good family relationship, you tell your parents and your whole family quite a lot about yourself. So they're going to find out if you're going to end up exposing yourself and you mention something private. But they'll find out eventually. Maybe not now, but let's say 10, 15, 20 years. Imagine you're literally like 40 years old. Your parents have got elderly. At that point, bro, your parents are going to know that you used to fap all the time, bro. It's like, so what about if you said it online a few times? Let me show you. So this is a good channel. They've got a lot of subscribers. They've commented on my videos a few times. And yeah, they've got 11 million now. They really leveled up fast. So I got 2 million at the same time that they got 10 million. And they've gained 1.1 million subscribers in that time. I've gained like less than 100k, bro. I fell off bad, bro. Faceless channels. Let's see.
You don't have a feminine girlfriend. I don't know why you necessarily have to have a feminine girlfriend, just like how I don't know why you necessarily have to twist your nipples.
Actually loving a woman. The only research that you've done in this area is purely on the attraction focus, how to attract the girl, and yet you know nothing about how to actually make her feel loved. So what do you bring to the table? It's time that someone hit young men with some realism these days, because so many young men are lonely, so many young men complain about the dating market, oh yeah, women's standards are too high, but the truth is that, honestly, a lot of us don't actually bring anything that women would be attracted to. Now, I'll just be totally honest and abrupt. I personally think that...
Time for a burp break.
I think we are overdue for a burp break. I agree. Oh my god. Oh my god. Fucking love burbs. African greys are so beautiful. That's funny.
Alexa, what's power?
In social science and politics, power is the social production of an effect that determines the capacities, actions, beliefs, or conduct of actors.
That is so fucking adorable. Yeah, African gray parrots are really, really nice. Thanks for the donation, Bend Over.
Over 90% of men are pathetic, and I also believe that over 90% of
Oh wait,
women
we've already seen this video. I think you might have retitled it. I don't trust male influencers.
There's a lot of guys online that are telling other young men that they should be willing to cheat on their wives and girlfriends. And Andrew Tate went famous saying this, and now there's a bunch of like the red pill horde, like the men with herpes and like the burning fire sensation in their dick when they urinate. All these men, they go podcast to podcast talking about.
Christy turned me gay from me getting cucked so much. So Richard, it's my turn. Gluck gluck. This is nasty. Gluck gluck. Not bad. Gluck gluck gluck, maybe I'm gay.
Well, that's good to know. Thanks for the donation, Megs. Appreciate it.
About like, yeah, a high value man can sleep with multiple women, and I've been one of these guys saying this bullshit, and obviously then you see the light and you realize how stupid this is. So it's weird that I have to make a video to say that cheating on your partner when you've had a committed relationship with them is, of course, not the right thing. And I want to break down this.
It's not cheating if it's agreed that you have an open relationship. The one thing that Fresh and Fit and some of these red pill influencers do is, they'll say something stupid like it's okay to cheat on your partner. Like, that's not okay, but it's okay to have an open relationship if that's agreed upon. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
This argument, so imagine it's me by myself versus all of these high value man, this Tate.
Hamza's right, you should be careful what you say online. I talked shit about Mormonism online and then my Mormon parents basically ostracized me. And I loved my sister, but they told her they would cut her off unless she also shunned me. Sad face.
Yeah, well, fuck your family. Hopefully they all die in a fire. Pieces of shit. Yeah, all these religious people who think like, oh, we're a loving religion and blah, blah, blah. And then they'll just, throw away a family member because they don't agree with their stupid imaginary friend belief. Yeah, your family sucks. They can go fuck themselves. Thanks for the donation, though, ExxonMobil.
In his Bugatti, then there's all the fucking drones sat there in their high value man shirt smoking the cigar thinking, yeah, we're so cool, guys. Oh, bro, take a picture, bro. Oh, no, take a few more pictures, bro. I don't really look good in this one, man. Like, Andrew Tate, bro. Fucking weird, bro. Sorry, bro, I'm getting a bit too emotional, Race. Listen. Let's talk about the pros and cons of having an open relationship when it comes to specifically with like a woman that you really like. This specifically means, okay, there's a woman that you like, she wants to be with you, you actually want to be with her, but you still want to like fuck other girls, right? Let's talk about the cons of this lifestyle that Andrew Tate is talking about, and all of these red pill degenerates, again, the ones with the herpes, that they're recommending that you should do, that you should stay, you should have an open relationship, you should be able to fuck other girls. Here's the cons of that.
Just so everyone's aware, there are these things called condoms. So if you're not sure if somebody has an STD, you can wear said condoms, and they will protect against said STDs. That is a way around that downside.
Right? Let's talk practicality. There's the danger of STIs when you're sleeping with random girls. There's the pain that your woman will go through. There's also...
Well, possibly, but a lot of girls are okay with it. Like, they just don't care. There's a lot of dudes who are okay with it, don't care. Like, there's men in cuckold relationships who actually like it when their partner gets fucked by other dudes. So it really depends. It just depends on the relationship. And again, the STD issue, that's a risk, but you can mitigate risk. You can wear condoms. You can select partners that have had, STI screenings. So they went to the hospital and they showed you they don't have an STD.
Just to be very practical, the few hours that's wasted when you go and meet a new girl. You know, how are you meeting these girls? You've got to go out there, you've got to invite...
I don't know what he means by hours wasted. If it's something you want to do, it's not a waste of time.
Them over, you're spending...
It's kind of like, what would the analogy be? Like, it's sort of like if you just, I don't know. If you enjoy doing something, it's not a waste of time. That's all there really is to say.
Like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours every week, when you're a hard-working, high-value man like these guys all pretend to be, that time is very valuable, and to exchange that just to sleep with someone...
You don't have to be a high-value man, quote-unquote, making tons of money to sleep with multiple women.
Random girls, usually not worth it. It's the headache, and it's the sacrifice of the more committed love that you could have with your girl. You see, none of these men know about like the sort of spiritual advancements in love. Just having a girl who sleeps with you and says that she loves you and you love her is like level 1. You can love a woman until you feel like you have literally become light. Do you understand what that means? You can love a woman so much that your nervous system merges with hers and your heartbeat synchronizes.
That is false. That's not something that happens.
And that may be one of the best things you could possibly do for your health. You know, all these little bots, all these little drones, all these...
I don't understand how sleeping with other women makes it so you can't love somebody as much. Please explain that.
Little red pill men with herpes and a burning dick. They all talk about, yeah, you know, health is really important, guys. Fitness is really important. And here they are at 1 a.m. drinking at the club, trying to get more stinky hole. There could be hundreds of cons in this list, right?
This guy really doesn't understand, like, the different types of open relationships you can have. You realize you don't just have to have sex with gross random women. You know, they could be former girlfriends of yours. They can be close acquaintances or friends. They can be people you know relatively well. And again, they can have STD screening. You can know whether or not they're seeing other people. In a lot of these polyamorous relationships, you end up having people that you regularly see that are kind of within your friend group. And there's an understanding that you're polyamorous and you all make sure that, you know, you get like STD screening or wear condoms and stuff. Like, this is a child who doesn't understand how, like, these different relationships work.
So let's talk about the pros of this list of the positive of cheating on your girlfriend, of cheating.
You know, let's think of the pros of having a beard like this. The one pro is women will think you're homeless, so they won't have sex with you, and you won't get their disgusting STDs. The downside is the police might think you're a terrorist.
On your wife, of having an open relationship. And this is also coming from a guy who's done this himself, right? I'm not some guy who's just speculating. I had an open relationship to begin with. You want to know what the pro is? What none of these...
He's lying. Lie. Yeah, it's the humble brag. Oh God, I made such a mistake having sex with all those women. Oh my God, you have no idea how many women I had sex with. Oh, what a mistake that was. And oh, by the way, it is so hard having such a huge penis. Like, my God, just women think they want a guy with a huge dick, but oh geez, when they actually get with me, sex is so hard and they can't like fuck for too long or else they get sore. Oh, it's just so hard having such a huge penis like me.
These guys will actually break down. The cons goes down for 100 reasons of hurting your woman, of this distraction with lower quality girls who, of course, you're just hooking up with. The pro is ejaculation, and it stops there. The massive list of cons and the...
Well, this is just fucking stupid. You're obviously not just getting ejaculation from having sex. I think we can understand how meaningful sex is. Like, if you are the type of person who really wants to have sex with multiple people, you're getting more than just a nut off. You're just fulfilling a really important drive. You're getting a lot of enjoyment from it, a lot of pleasure. And again, like, it's a polyamorous relationship, or an open relationship. It kind of depends who you're sleeping with and for what reasons. You may love multiple people. It may not be as simple as just, you know, sexual pleasure. Like again, this guy's a fucking child and he doesn't know what he's talking about. And then he does the humble brag. Oh, I've had sex with so many women. Trust me, it's not as good as it's cracked up to be. Like, oh man, just dozens and dozens of women that are like 10 out of 10 knockout babes. Don't do it. Don't make the mistake I did. don't get the penis enhancement surgery. It's not worth it. You might think having a big dick like me is like great. It's not all it's cracked up to be. Having a big dick like me, it's really hard.
It's the real saga. I went to jail for drug possession. So fucking what? Why do people judge me, and why is Christy making fun of me in the donos? This is bullshit. If Christy doesn't give me her Discord, I'm going to cry until I can't wake up. Fuck you.
Well, sorry to hear that, Megs. Maybe you can just watch hentai or something, but thanks for the donation, dude.
The feeling of looking at Hamza should cause you a more severe reaction than an infant child. He is worse than Svaria.
He's not worse than Sverige. He's more cringe. But there are few people in this world that are actually worse than Sverige. He's more cringe, though, for sure. Thanks for the donation, though, Majin Buu.
The positive side is ejaculation. Like you're some fucking monkey. Like all these guys you see running from podcast to podcast. I'm a high value man. Smoking the cigar and shit. Yeah, put the sunglasses on, bro. You look fire with those on, bro. The positive of this is just ejaculation. These men who tell you to be disciplined, these men who talk about like, oh yeah, high value men are disciplined, bro. We provide for women, bro. We go to the gym and do some push-ups, bro. And they can't discipline themselves to overcome like number one primal monkey human desire, ejaculation. They're all fucking little monkeys. They're all little monkeys, little simpletons. This is what their height of experience is. This is what you see with men who have stayed stuck in this insecure, egotistical, boyish psychology where they're afraid of taking a step into the spiritual path because you lose some status, you lose some ego validation in the material world. You see, when you stay stuck in the material success world like these guys, all these guys are in, right? Well, you don't have a connection to anything deeper than you. You don't even believe that you have a soul. You don't experience deep, genuine love, nourishing love. So what's left? Stinky hole. That's the height of their life, is stinky hole. It's just a...
Oh my god. He's just being as uncharitable as possible and thinking the only way to have multiple sexual partners is to have sex with extremely untrustworthy degenerate women who have STDs and shit. Obviously that is not the only option.
Attracting some random woman that they don't...
By the way, what the fuck is wrong with stinky hole? Buttholes are fucking amazing. The reason buttholes are great is because they have a smell. Butthole smells great, at least if you're vegan.
And just ejaculating. That is the height of these men's lives. Ejaculation. They'll talk to you about being on your purpose and working hard. But what are they doing?
You could make this fucking argument against having sex with your one romantic partner. Oh, why do you need to have sex? It's just ejaculation. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Therefore, they're doing it for ejaculation. They are monkeys. They are simpleton. This is why every...
I love how a hairy brown guy, is calling other people fucking monkeys. The irony.
I don't often see a lot of YouTube stuff because I have extensions which block out YouTube, so I can't see a lot of the bullshit. But every time I do end up maybe going on YouTube on my phone for whatever reason, I'm uploading one of these videos, and I see another one of these degenerates who've went on another podcast saying the same things. Well, a man can...
Are they independence of freedom and require the secret language in the Bible, aka Babel, or entendres that give you the cite for the cipher and Jesus or Jesus, the consortium of natural sciences from the sun that hold the powers of healing the...
Is that a Mormon thing that you're giving me? Sounds stupid enough to be Mormon. Thanks for that donation though, Emmanuel.
Cheat on a woman and a woman can't cheat on a man and all this stuff, bro. I'm literally having experienced that myself, having been a little fucking follower of these guys and doing it in my own relationship.
Just so all of you know, having a huge, massive, thick black cock like mine is not all it's cracked up to be, okay? It's actually hard having sex sometimes because women just can't handle this massive, thick dick. So when you're envious of, like, you know, these guys with these big BBCs, you know, these porn stars, you know, don't be jealous. It's actually hard having a big black cock like mine.
I'm telling you, the pro is ejaculation. That's literally the benefit of doing this. It almost sounds stupid, right? Because all this time we've been learning.
See, it's stupid. The pro of having this big, thick black cock is that it just makes women orgasm hard. They just nut super hard on your dick. That's it.
Overcome ejaculation, to learn to overcome this like little boyish psychology of just needing to like spray your fucking seed, of realizing that there's actually power in withholding that. And so imagine sacrificing some of the quality of your relationship, of the like how secure your woman could feel in love, for ejaculation. And these same degenerate men with the herpes, with the burning dick, will reply to this and say like, oh, well, no, you know, your woman will, you know, she doesn't respect you, Hamza, but like, you know, if your woman really respects you, she doesn't care. That's fucking bullshit. If she's a broken woman, if she's low quality, if she's already damaged as fuck, then yeah, sure. But at that point, she's already mentally disabled that you wouldn't even want to spend time with her. But if she's anywhere...
That is psychotic. That is absolutely insane, sexist, psychotic horseshit. There are just simply people who do not care if their partners have other sexual or romantic relationships. It is that simple. You are not fucking insane or damaged or like a degenerate piece of shit on that basis. This guy is just a fucking loser. That's it. He's a loser who has trouble getting laid. And he's playing this fucking cope game where he's making up all these stories about how he banged dozens of girls and, oh, it's not all that good, so that he can make up for his own insecurities that most girls just aren't into him. Dodo Tellers, do you think finance is a good career? What about it? I have no idea. I really wouldn't be able to tell you. And, like, finance is pretty general. Like, you mean... financial planner, investor, like hedge fund manager, like what do you mean? But I don't know. I'm not really an expert in that field. I would say long term, it's probably a really bad idea because those jobs are probably going to get taken over by AI. I wouldn't be surprised if in the next 5 years you end up having an AI that just does your taxes. Because an AI could know all tax regulations that are updated, know every single tax loophole to make it so you like have to give the least amount of taxes, keep the most amount of money. So probably long term, some of those jobs are not going to be around for very long. And I mean, even if you're talking about investing in like creative things like investing, money management, like organizing costs for a business, AI is going to be able to do that. So again, in the next 5 years, you're probably going to see AIs just being used and humans aren't going to be involved in that sort of shit at all. Thanks for the donation though, Dodo.
Mormon? Hebrews. Hebrews what? The ketones that active God's ketones to heal your bones. There's a lady in the lake that holds Excalibur on the other side of Merlin, I mean mirror lens, that has the power to cleanse. Excalibur equals exercise, calisthenics.
That is good to know. Thanks for the donation, Emmanuel.
Near sane. She is going to be hurt when she likes a man and that man is still sleeping with other women. Of course this is the case. And you want to know something which is actually even more interesting. You know, the most popular influencers you see these days, they're not actually as like successful old school men as you think. All these men try to come across as these like sort of traditional men, hardworking men, you know, old school men. Old school men got married and they had children. All of these men, again, they're just modern day boys dressing up in like their little daddy suits saying, yeah, I'm a higher value man. Bro, take a picture, bro, quick. Come on, quick. I don't like smoking cigars, but Tate does it. So go on, bro. Oh, come on, let's go to a podcast, bro. Let's go do a podcast. Just sit still. Just
Dodo donated $2. Do you think AI will take over a lot of technology jobs as well? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of, high-end electronics engineering was either AI accelerated or done completely with AI in the future. So, like making graphics cards or processors. So yeah, a lot of jobs that require a lot of not just high base level knowledge, but also just critical thinking. It's probably going to get taken over by AI. Thanks for that donation though, Dodo.
sit still and stop cheating on your girl and stop ejaculating, bro. Like, your life would be fine, but no, I've got to go podcast. Oh yeah, I'm working all the time, bro. I work on my phone all the time, bro. Oh, join my high ticket program, bro. Oh yeah, it burns when I pee, bro. Yeah, this is why, because you're cheating on your woman like a fucking pathetic little monkey, little dog. Oh, I just can't do it. I see these guys, like I saw one clip, I think it was like
Whoa, this video is 27 minutes, and he's just saying the same thing over and over again.
It is. You don't escape it by making money, by building more material success, and they're using their power for...
That is a crazy, unhinged rant. There's something seriously fucking wrong with this guy. It'd be interesting if he could have like a psychological exam where he answers every question totally honestly and see if he has like some sort of fucking mental health issue. That is nuts that he can sit in front of a camera for 30 minutes talking about how he has such a problem with somebody having an open relationship.
Empirical thing.
I don't even know what all these
this video
tabs are anymore.
You should probably blur this. Well, at least it's within easy reach. At least it's there if you have a bad race or something, you know? Or if you have a good race. Whatever you want. Oh.
Okay, come on. Perfect.
$21st Savage Night Tellers. Time for some gaming, bro. We already know Hamza's retarded. Can't stop. You can stop wasting our time. Start playing games, not Modern Warfare 3. You fucking suck at COD. Don't even try. Modern Warfare 3 isn't out yet. Was thinking of maybe playing COD. I'm not sure though. We'll play RE4 for sure. Thanks, 21st Savage.
Hey guys, Jimmy here, and welcome back to another video. And I have my coffee over here, and we're in the sim rig, which means one thing: it's time to roast more rigs. I really enjoyed making the last video, and you guys seem to enjoy it too. It's always really kind of interesting and cool to get an insight into what you guys are all running at home. And it also means that I get to give this video to the beloved editor Chan, so I can just record bullshit. So here you go, make this into bullshit. And yeah, well, he's alright. 6 out of 10. So last time out, I recorded for about 40 minutes or so on my end, and got through, I'd say, maybe about 10% of the submissions that I got from you guys for your rigs. So this time, instead of looking at the Discord submissions, I'm going to go over to Twitter and have a look at that instead, because my initial post, which will show on screen now, I think has about 170 replies to it, so definitely enough for us to see some more cursed rigs. As always, if you find yourself enjoying the video at any point, I very much appreciate you just tapping that like button. You can subscribe as well. I guess the next goal is to try and get to 750,000 subscribers, 750k. Not too far away from that, so yeah, I guess that's the new goal. But right, time to start the cursing. Right, first things first, Mr. OM Godzilla has got the the wooden rig. We're starting off strong. And what I like in this image here is we have the alarm clock on there as well next to the TV, because there's nothing that's, you know, least distracting than a literal alarm clock going off in your face as you're trying the lap of circuit. I think that's a T150, that wheel. I've heard good things about it, although I've never used one before. And given that it's a fairly decent budget, you know, I think that's all right. This fella here has got a Predator, which I've never heard of before, a Predator force feedback wheel. The story is the dad of my brother's girlfriend gave this to us like a week ago, and the wheel is so old the force feedback drivers don't have Windows 10 support. Is that a horn on it there? Is that a built-in horn? I have no idea what that is, but I kind of like it. So here's a fellow man that lives in Darkness, and I'm really liking how he's got his TV as high as he needs it to be. Because one of the things that's really difficult to set up is getting your wheel to be like in a realistic place when you're driving to make it believable. FOV is one of those big things that people will just talk about forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. But I really like this setup actually. It looks really nice. You've done a really good job of what you've got there, and of course having the outside camping chair there is a chef's kiss moment. What's this loading time? You see, now we're talking. I love stuff like this so much, man. Who needs to go out?
Dude, what the shit? How can this guy not just attach this to a fucking desk?
And buy a Hissingveld rig, when you can have the box and the weights. I feel like when you get into this, you're never going to have the same driving position twice. It's always going to be moving around. This just looks really comfy, if anything else. I'm not interested in this as a sim rig. It's more as like a place to take a nap. Look really chilled out.
I've never seen anything like
Driving
this.
Force GT? I'm not really sure. My knowledge of the older Logitech wheels isn't that great, to be honest. But
hey, Bosvin, what's up, man?
Laptop, and the thing is, you can just about see. It's got the laptop set up here, which I assume is just on fire 24/7. But there's also like there's somebody else here, like working away. So imagine you're there doing your homework or whatever, and it's just man's next.
Dude, I hate those Logitech wheels. They rattle and make so much fucking noise. I had one of these. It was like in a 920 or something. They rattle so fucking much and they're so loud, and the force feedback is okay given the price, but like because they rattle and have that shaking, it makes it feel weird. Like it gives you a vague feeling.
Yeah. The rest of it is real and shout at the guys online. I was actually going to pay to see that. That'd be really fun to watch. Oh my god, what is this? This is a bit of a contrast to the last thing we've seen. My god, this looks amazing. What is this? Track racer. I know they look like sprint pedals to me. I always imagine with button boxes, right, trying to explain it to like maybe a girl you invite around your house, and then you take her into the sim room and she sees, you know, and she sees this, and you have to try and explain to her what what it is. Yes, I've spent £10,000 on a pretend car. I've had that conversation a few times. It never really goes very well. Oh my god. This guys, there's no more RGB left. He's taken it all. There's no more left for any of us. You see, this guy knows what's up. He's got the good content on. Got the Prime Jimmy Broadbent YouTube channel. Like, comment, subscribe, please. For the love of God. This looks nice and neat and tidy. And look! Just up here, he's got the Audi R18 up top here. Isn't that nice to see some tractor appreciation? See, look, the legs. The legs this thing has to support it, to make sure it doesn't fall back too much more. I think, actually, am I right in saying it's connected on the back of the Racine also to the desk here as well, so it's all one big structure? That's kind of amazing, actually. And the pedal box down the bottom here as well, it's all DIY. So this is Mitch's sim rig. He says, this is my sim rig. I want you to roast the fuck out of me. Well, I'm not really a roasty boy, but I will say the mood lighting down here, I mean, like, I'm getting sort of like a seductive sim rig vibe.
I can't stand those LED lights.
Bring a partner back home
just
and you go, hey, there you go. Do you want to play F1 in a dimly lit room? But again, to be fair, I'm a big fan comfy as fuck, man. 100%. I mean, this is kind of simultaneously cool and also just like messy. I'm not really sure how I feel about this. Just a literal pile of stuff here to the right.
Dude, everybody has these fucking Logitech wheels. I don't know why they don't just go with Thrustmaster. The Thrustmasters are better. They don't shake like crazy. And if you go on like Kijiji, there's just a billion of these getting sold. Like nobody even fucking uses them.
Cable. Not quite sure what you're doing in your spare time, my guy. I'm trying to see if I can make out what else is in there, but I can't quite see from here. But big Honda fan, obviously. This guy's Twitter handle is literally 2008 Honda Civic. And I hate to break it to you, mate. I really do. That ain't a Civic.
It's a big Hot Wheels fan.
I can't even see this one. Again, nice. It looks like, as well, we've got a TV just in the background here. So this is, again, just someone's living room. But another DIY wooden rig. These things seem to be a lot more popular than they thought they would be, given how creaky I'd imagine they'd be there. And this, I think this is a button box of some sort, but it also looks like just a place to put your mobile phone. Just texting down the back straight of the Nordschleife. And it also runs off a laptop. Oh, look at this poor little thing. This poor little laptop, man. I know my face is in the way, but... Oh, man. This is next level. I'll give you that. This is from Ash.
Dodo bro, do you think inflation is just going to keep getting worse? What realistically could reverse it? You just have to stop printing money. That, and you have to make it so corporations can't price gouge. Currently, inflation is mostly due to price gouging. But yeah, again, it's driven by printing new money, which you got to stop doing, and price gouging. So if you can stop those two things, yeah, you can stop or reverse it. Thanks for the donation, though, Dodo.
Has dubbed this the cursed floor rig. We got any floor gang members down there, and you can see that Henry Hoover in the back. He's looking on. He's looking on, and he is judging the setup big time. And the front door is right there. So imagine, right? You're doing your sim race, and your partner goes to open the door to someone important. It's like, no, close the door. I'm racing. Don't let them see how I live. Oh man, yeah, I think this one is the winner so far. Just for Henry. Henry giving that side eye, man. I mean, this guy has asked me to roast his rig, but there's so much.
Oh my god. Why the fuck would you want speakers with these insanely bright LEDs? Do you want to like fucking burn your eyes?
Just green here that I can't even see what it is. I assume it's a Logitech something. I think that's a G920 or a G29 or a 23 or whatever the bloody hell they're calling them nowadays. Oh, there you go. So there you go. See, it's a lot better when you don't blind yourself with green light for some reason. Is this your setup when you're driving? Because no. See, this setup. This setup looks pretty sweet, but I don't know if there's some sort of psychology behind this. But the first thing I noticed was large knob down the bottom there. That looks like it maybe wasn't intended to be a gear shifter. Maybe it came from an Ann Summers catalogue at some point, if you know what I mean. But also, I'm going to be that guy and say you spent all this money on what they're like kissing converter pedals down there, direct drive with all this cool stuff, and your FOV is jank. What is this? No, you do not sit that far back in real life. Fix your FOV! We got a massive old horn! Oh my. Oh, we've reached peak sim racer desk. As long as the wheel fits, it doesn't matter. Oh, here it is, boys. We've been waiting for it. We've been waiting. It's the ironing board table. Now we're proper. It's the original.
How do you play that? Oh my god, it's a fucking like 4x3 screen.
Device. It works. Look.
How do you fucking see anything? It's tiny.
It works. Look at how like the dimensions are fine. The screen is like 45 years away and tiny, but otherwise, that's all you need. Ironing board. Another tyre. that this is now apparently a sim racing trend, that this guy's got a tyre and he's got his pedals mounted on that instead. Is this like a new thing? Is this something that I've missed out on? Do I have to go and buy some tyres now for my rig? Oh. I think someone might have forgotten to have...
that is weird.
Cleared their desk of things that shouldn't be on their desk in a video in this video. You should probably blur this. This rig has the vibe of, Mum, can we go to the Nürburgring?
Joe Biden is being played by George Woods, the actor in a mask. The real Joe Biden isn't alive. He died over 3 decades ago, in the car crash that killed his wife and daughter. Do you really think his whole family died, except him? No. Time to game now.
We will game soon, Gigliardo Transsexual, don't worry. Appreciate the donation, man.
No, we have a Nürburgring at home. The Nürburgring at home. It looks like... Now we're talking! This is the real old school. I like someone's put a Ferrari, actually. This gives me so much anxiety. So I'm not sure if I'm proud or disappointed with Mr. Heppo for the caption he's provided with this. Perfect for ironing out the biggest flaws in my driving technique. Also, it's alright. Got that Fanatec vibe on there. He's got a stream deck with half his stuff plugged in and half his stuff mapped because obviously he's a bad streamer. But I look at this and I think to myself, this is what like a streamer setup looks like. And then look at mine. Quite voyeuristic really, isn't it? I guess that's just the sim racing streamer. But again, like just another streamer. Crazy massive rig. You don't need to have stupid direct drive wheels, stupid carbon seats, any of that stuff. Because as long as
Destiny and Vorsh rebuilding the bridge to do a big canvassing project for Biden 2024. Some DNC coordinator at TYT is getting them in contact with White House staffers. They uninvited me for my China takes.
That's pretty funny. Well, at least they can get along for a common goal. Thanks for the donation, though, Hassan Piker. Didi donated $2. Let me see.
Big man, you sound like a pussy. You know that. If you went on your instinct and your intuition, do you think you would slaughter an animal? Yeah, I've seen it happen. But would you do it? Yeah. You think there's a disconnect though, because it's like it's easy.
Disconnect because you need to know about giving birth and taking life.
What have you seen? How does it not faze you?
I've seen an old man kill a rabbit before because that's what we was going to eat that night, and he grabbed it by its ears and then broke its neck with his hand.
Did that faze you?
No, not really.
Did it put you off your food?
No, I ate it.
I don't think I could have done that. I think if you look at kids, they've got intuition to eat fruit and plant-based foods, not animal products.
I feel like you haven't felt hunger, and that's why you've got that opinion. If you've been hungry, you'll eat anything.
But we're not talking about hunger. If you're hungry and somebody needs meat out of necessity, that's different. We're talking about where we don't need meat out of necessity, where we've got a choice to eat plants.
Like big muscles and I need protein.
You can get protein from plants, though, we know that.
How much plant food you have to eat to get that much protein? Quite a lot. I don't want to eat cashew nuts, I want to eat steak. Like you.
Wouldn't it be cool if we could get some black-billed incels into political office? Maybe after that we can take away women's right to vote, and then after that take away all of women's rights. It would be based as fuck. And I could get a girlfriend.
Don't we already have incel running for office? DeSantis? Thanks for that donation though, Turbo Black Pill. Yeah, that guy was a fucking dickhead. I hate running into the people like that. They're just disingenuous as fuck. Side effects of taking creatine. This is probably gonna be stupid. The only side effects known from taking creatine are just stomach upset.
The Society for Sarcopenia, Cachexia, and Wasting Disease convened an expert panel that, despite the lack of long-term trials, suggested creatine be used for the management of age-related muscle loss, also known as sarcopenia. Are there any creatine side effects? Well, if one can extrapolate from mice, one side effect may be longevity. The average healthy...
Who cares about fucking rodent studies? That's just a waste of time.
The lifespan of creatine-fed mice was found to be 9% more than control mice, and they perform better on neurobehavioral tests, especially improved memory skills. But is taking creatine safe? One can take a bit of comfort in the fact that it's one of the world's best-selling dietary supplements, with literally billions of servings taken, and the only consistently reported side effect has been weight gain, presumed to be from water retention. The only serious side effects appear to be among those with pre-existing kidney diseases taking whopping doses of like 20 grams a day for weeks. The bottom line, according to the European Food Safety Authority, is that doses of up to 3 grams a day are unlikely to pose any risk, provided high-purity creatine is used. Dietary supplements are not regulated by the FDA and may not actually contain what's on the label, or
if you just get a high-quality creatine supplement, that's not really a risk. It's been around for a very long time, and there's only, like, I think 2 companies that actually make the creatine. Everyone else is like a reseller, and they're just buying from another company.
Or, in the case of creatine, be tainted with contaminants generated during the industrial production process. When researchers looked at 33 samples of creatine supplements made in the US and Europe, they all did actually contain creatine. That's good. But half exceeded the maximum level recommended by food safety authorities for at least one contaminant. The researchers recommend that consumers choose products from producers that ensure the highest quality control, but that's easier said than done. One third-party supplement testing outfit that tested for purities chose Bulk Supplements brand as their top pick, which also happened to be the cheapest at about 10 cents per daily 5-gram serving, which is a level teaspoon. What about just getting it from meat? You could get that 3 grams of creatine eating about 5 steaks a day, since cooking destroys about 20%, but the heat reacts with the creatine and amino acids in meat to create carcinogenic heterocyclic amines, and one of the reasons meat is considered to be cancer-causing. A separate safety concern was raised that creatine in supplement form could potentially form a different carcinogen known as N-nitrososarcosine when it hit the acid bath of the stomach, but when actually put to the test, this does not appear to be a problem. Some have argued caution for creatine use among those with kidney issues. This concern appears to derive in part from a misinterpretation of laboratory data. The blood levels of a different compound called creatinine is used as a marker of kidney function. It's a muscle metabolism waste product that is regularly cleared out by well-functioning kidneys, so if your levels rise, maybe your kidneys aren't doing so good. But where does creatinine come from? The breakdown of creatine. So if you take extra creatine, your creatinine levels in your blood could rise, giving the false impression that your kidneys are malfunctioning, but instead you're just making more rather than clearing less. For patients who take creatine, doctors can consider other kidney function tests, such as blood levels of cystatin C levels, a waste product that's more independent of dietary intervention. So tell your healthcare professional if you start creatine. Overall, creatine supplementation appears to be safe for the kidneys, but the longest study to date is less than 3 years, so true long-term studies are lacking.
Well, that wasn't really a bad video. There's this disgusting fly. What the fuck? Oh man, that's annoying. Let me see this. Oh wait, we already looked. Okay, thanks for the donation, DD. Grumpy Head of Broccoli donated $2. It's absolutely quite pathetic how poor Sneeko's game is. Claims he's Muslim, then hangs out with OnlyFans girls for views.
I miss you so much. Give me a nice...
Whoa, 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 whoa.
It's good to see you guys. Type of Chief went to the gym today. What are we hitting today?
We're hitting legs, but if you want to hit arms, we can hit arms, because I've already had a whole leg workout while
Okay, let's do arms, because you have, Chad, who has bigger arms?
Micah, who has bigger arms?
Whoa, dude. He's getting out-angled by a little girl.
Yeah, for sure.
No, stop trying to out-angle
Dude,
me.
Sneeko is so tiny.
It's definitely me. But I'm wearing a tank top, so I want to get a good arm workout. I've worked out. We've done a lot of boxing the past couple days. Want to get a good gym bro lift in.
Bruh. He is tiny. Does she do OnlyFans? I don't know who she is. Like her name. Does she show her butthole? He always brings up religion, lol.
We came from 2 rocks colliding. I think there was one creator.
Why, like, Muslim out of, like, all the religions? Like, why
Islam
did
is
that...
Why that one draw you in?
Islam is the only monotheistic religion. There's one creator, and we worship Allah. We worship
That's not true. There's like 8.
one God. We pray to God, and that's it. We don't worship any idols, and it's the one religion that's stayed consistent for 1400 years. Well, saints and Christianity, like you pray to Mary. If you're Catholic, you have a
Yeah, that's monotheistic. There's just other people, like, yeah, there's saints and things, but it's still monotheistic.
cross of Jesus that they pray
You
to.
pray to multiple people, yes.
In Islam, you just pray to the Creator.
Are your parents religious?
Not really, no.
Okay. What do they think about you being religious?
They're very happy. They're very happy with
Good
it.
for you.
Thanks. They're very happy with it.
I feel like once you find faith, like,
He's not fucking Muslim. Like, that's just so stupid. Yeah, fuck him. I don't know why he even tries to convince people. He's just obviously not fucking Muslim. Yeah, I know. It's really stupid. Mary isn't a god. Neither are any saints, so it's still monotheistic. Especially don't know how he could claim that about, like Judaism and shit.